So we'll be landing up with the cover page. Kindly click on the next button. And it will take you to the first page naming called business maths. Okay. So let me first give you a background story why we have created this sheet and what is the data we have. So in our routine activities, people, we do a lot of basic calculations like sum, addition, multiplication, all these things we do a lot of times, isn't it? But the problem is we spend a lot of time for doing this kind of job, though it is a basic one. And why? We do not mind for doing the same because this is the mindset. This is the belief system we have that though it is a basic calculation, it will take this much of time. We have accepted that. So now we have to go through the things and we'll see how to make some improvements over there while working with such kind of basic calculations. So the first thing is, let me take you through, put it in a story format. Now suppose say somebody from the purchase team, he came and asked me, Prabhas, I need to purchase 3 products, naming ABC, XYZ, anything you name it. And there, how much quantity is already predefined? A of 1000, B of 12, C of 20 to be purchased. And when I inquired with the vendor, he has given the rates A of 1 rupee each, B of 20 rupees each, C of 10 rupees each. Now, when I taken up this matter to my finance team to collect a check on behalf of the vendor, then they asked me a return question. What is the return question? Prabhas, how much amount you need? So I have to answer them. And to answer them, what we do? No need to do anything. Just look at my screen, please. I will go to a new column. I will type a formula, quantity multiplied by rate per unit. And the moment I go for a total, I could realize this is what the total amount of check I should collect from the finance team. This is how we do. Do you agree with that? If I need
Yes,
to handle this
Prabhas.
situation and
Yes.
answer to my finance team, we go and present our data in this fashion. So now, whatever we have done, it's absolutely right. There is nothing wrong. Now let us analyze the situation for one time. This 1440 rupees is our requirement. This is what I need to answer. But what is the point of getting all these three value? This is not playing any role, but I'm helpless. Unless and until I get all these things, this total cannot be achieved. So this is how in our routine activities also people, we end up creating unwanted data columns in our files. And that is one of the reason why our file size gets huge. Okay. So now the question is, if this is unwanted, second thing, creating a new column and adding many more formulas, again my file size will be heavy. So one end, my premium time is being wasted. Secondly, besides that, what is happening? Because of unwanted column, my file size will also get huge. So this is what we have to stop doing it. So what is the improvement we can do on this? See, first 1 minute, watch my screen, understand. Then next 1 minute, I'll be giving time to try out. Don't worry. So there is a cell called total cost. Okay. So here, what we are going to do, we are going to apply a formula. The formula name is called sum product. Sum product. So how to write a formula efficiently, first of all? See, look for typing equal to SUM. If you see, all the formula starts with sum or some text wherever it contains, it will be showing on the screen. So I need to go for sum product. So sum P. When I go for SUMP, sum product formula is entirely visible. But I have to type the entire text, not necessary. So how to get it? Just hit the tab button. Automatically, it will be populating your entire formula string with along with your parenthesis open. Now what it demands me? Array 1. So sum product is nothing but a array formula, and this is available since 1985, the moment Microsoft Office has incepted. Till 2021, this version, this formula is still there. And this is very powerful formula. And technically we call this as an array formula. And what it demands me? Array 1. So what is my first array? Quantity. Should not include column headers, only take the data points. Now, comma. What is the next one? Array 2. What is my second column? Rate per unit. I have added this. So two inputs I had, two inputs I have given to my formula. Now the moment I hit enter, can you see the same result? So even though I have got 1000 entries or 10,000 records to be again fetch the data, I don't need to go and create a helper column for this. A simple sum product formula is going to work for me. Just check it out. Is it working for you people?
Prabhas, I know we can do a sum product for this. Is there a way we can also do probably a percentage of it or something?
Yeah,
We can.
you can get it to the percentage, like individually contribution purpose, you want to find the percentage. You can do that. That is
Yeah.
a little different thing. Not in one formula we can get it because we have got multiple variables.
Yeah, so
So,
we'll have to have multiple formulas for that, and then we can probably contract it in one.
yes,
Okay, thank you.
right. So some product, is it clear, people? Everybody is getting the answer of 1440. Any doubt, any queries? So I got a confirmation from Chandrasekhar. He's done. How about the others? Could you please quickly just drop a message? So this is how we are going to communicate, people. I'll be keep on asking a lot of times, is it done? Have you understood? Is it clear? Are you with me? So you have to respond for that. Thank you so much for your responses. So let's go for our question number 2 over here is about our vendor evaluation. So we'll go and discuss a little bit on this point and then we start working with our data. In any industry or any organization, wherever you are working with, our purchase system says that if you are depending upon a single source of supply for your critical items especially, then you are running your business with high risk. So what our SOP says, what our purchase system recommends, you should go for always minimum 3 competitive quotes. And technically we call them L1, L2, L3. Do you agree?
Yes.
So we have a prices column. You can notice in this prices column, some ready-made numbers are there. Now, out of this entire data range, if I ask you, please find out L1, L2, L3 for me. So look at my data and kindly tell me what would be my L1 price from this prices column. Anybody? L1 means lowest one.
80, 87.
87.
87. Right. L2,
99.
99.2.
99.2. Very good. L3,
103.2.
103.3. So this is what we have understood from our prices column, that this is going to get me the data over here and this is going to be our L1, L2, L3. I guess Patanjali, your mic is having some trouble. Could you please check that? Because it is creating some sounds in the background when you make it on. So I guess your mic point is loose or something. Just check it out, okay? Because it's not giving. No problem. You may not be knowing that also. So please check it out and then rectify the things. All right. So now this is what manually we did, right? No problem. Since we have got maximum 7 to 8 items, it was pretty easy for us to pick up the things. Now take a real-time situation. When you open the file, there are 10,000 records comes in this format, suppose. And if you happen to do the same job, finding L1, L2, L3, what we do in that case? Any expert opinion?
Ascending, descending.
Sort.
Yes. So we arrange our data by sorting in smallest to largest order, and whatever the line item comes in the beginning as 3 row items, we consider these are our L1, L2, L3. We highlight them and we send it across over email to our superior, whoever XYZ over there, and we state that, sir, we have done the ground level of workings and we are seeking your approval to procure the materials. So our superior also, without having a thought on that particular mail, immediately they give a green signal and say, go ahead. This is the practice we have. Do you agree?
Yes.
Fine. Whatever we are doing, it's absolutely right. There is nothing wrong. But I have a question. In this entire process, where is the value addition? Because sorting is a thing which can be delivered by anyone. Anybody can do that. Even I could have given my task to my one of my teammates, or I could have given this task to my one of my office boy also. Because nowadays office boy also comes with minimum of MS Office literacy, right? Then being a professional, being a skilled person, being a department head or leader, why I'm spending my quality time for a task which is non-productive in nature? Technically, the fact is we have never realized on that point, we never thought upon that point. Now you can ask me a question, Pravas, that's true, but we have never thought. But I have a curiosity, why my boss has never objected for the same? If it is a non-productive task, you believe. Yes. Why boss has never objected? Because you are not doing anything wrong. This is what the standard practice or best industrial practice is there, and you are also following the same. So he doesn't have any problem. But it's not necessary, it's not mandatory that whatever the existing practice in the organizations we have, that should be the best practice. If you find any point of time that if you implement the options, it may save for the cost of the company or it may save some FTE engagements, go and implement. Because unless and until you bring the same into action, people will never believe on that. So always think out of the box. Okay, that we have understood. Now the question is, whatever we are doing, how to make an improvement on that? Because this is non-productive nature task, whatever we are doing. And this is repetitive also. Every time a new product comes, again I have to roll out the same activity of arranging the data, again sending email, right? So I will tell you, when you want to handle this kind of job, what kind of improvements you can bring it at your workplace. No need to do anything. Just please look at my screen and understand the concept of reporting. See, when you are maintaining any kind of report, do not maintain many more files for the people because people don't like watching many more files, first of all. And this kind of vendor evaluation, when you are doing it, you maintain only one Excel file where there will be a sheet called daybook. And daybook is our property when you are maintaining. And what kind of information daybook should have? It should have all the vendor related records like the vendor name, the nature of vendor. Is it a retailer, manufacturer, trader, service provider, whatever exactly? Is he registered or it's unregistered? And the price, is it inclusive of freight or exclusive of freight? How many days of credit he is going to provide to us, and how much years of experience he has done to this business? What is his email ID? What is his phone number? All these things, the maximum data, whatever we can capture about the vendor, we should maintain in this worksheet. This is our property, our daybook. Now, when we are presenting the same to our superior, my boss, suppose say, we should maintain a sheet called summary. And the name itself, it is sufficient to understand what is supposed to be there in this sheet. So many more data people don't like to see. We know that very well. So maximum 5 to 6 columns of data. And if you see row items, maximum 10 to 15 row items of data over here. And when I'm presenting this data to my boss, there should be a cell naming called list of products. So whatever the products we are purchasing, it should contain a list over here. How? What kind of list? Like a drop down. So how this drop down is supposed to be like this? It should be containing a list over here. And I'm giving a sample data like PR1, like product 1, product 2, product 3, and product 4, and product 5, and product 6. So over here, now the moment I go for 5 products and click OK, I have got a drop down ready for my boss. So my boss will be having the privilege to just select a particular product. He don't need to go and type the data, and chances of committing mistakes is very, very low. Now, when he selects a particular product, automatically what should be there over here? 3 cells, naming call over here, L1, L2, L3. This kind of 3 cells should be there, and there should be an immediate column naming called price. And what should be there in the price, and how this price is going to come from, and where it is going to come from. This price column data over here should get the data from our daybook. So daybook, our data should come to price column. And how it is going to come over here? By using certain formula or functions. And once our price is ready, who is that vendor? That name also should appear. So what will be happening? Things will be more dynamic, and you don't need to go and keep on doing all your respective actions like sorting and all those things. And this is going to help you. And this is just one-time job. You don't need to go and repeat it doing the same. This is one-time job. Tomorrow, if my boss wants to see any other product, simply click on this, everything will be ready. So don't you think that this kind of improvement can be done in our existing work? What say?
Yes, yes, it could be.
Definitely.
Yes.
So This is how we have to always think out of the box. What else we can provide, how to make some improvements. You have to always keep thinking like that. And see the beauty of doing this. Trust me, when you go and present your record in this format, the person whom you are sending the file, he will be retaining this file for his whole life to set an example for others. Okay. And second thing, when you are maintaining the records, you don't need to touch that summary sheet. Only thing is you have to keep updating your daybook records. Right? Now, over here, everything we are going to learn how to create a drop down, how to get this template. I'm going to tell you, don't worry. But our prime focus is now how to get the price. So this is where the entire focus lies of ours now. So go back to our data. There is a cell column called bottom three. Okay. So now here we have to do some little bit improvement again. But how? While designing the formula. See, mostly what we have the practice, we create our formula in a cell and then we go and drag it down or copy paste the formula, all these actions or practice we have. So today we are going to stop doing it. So what is the first move is keeping the cursor in bottom three first cell, select the rest. So entire three cells of bottom three column you got to select. Then we have an array formula in our Excel naming called small. We have an array formula naming called small. Okay. So first you select bottom three column cell, remove your finger, remove your mouse or touchpad finger over there, and then go for equal to small. And when you go for small formula, what it demands me? Array. Array, where is the data? Prices column. Now hold on. When you define your array and when you copy this formula towards down, what will be happening? My E12 to E17 cell will start moving down. This entire range is going to move down. Do you agree? Right, Vivo? So this movement we have to stop. Though our formula is going to move down, but range should not move down. So what we'll do now? We'll be making a lock. And how to lock it? By using F4 key. F4, the function key in the top line, F4. Now, comma, what is the next thing it is asking? K. So K is nothing but the integer, the ranking or number. So here we consider ranking. Let's go for ranking. For L1, what should be the rank? Question itself answer is there. L1 rank should be 1. L2 rank should be 2. L3 rank should be 3. So here what we have done, K purpose, whatever 1, 2, 3 needed, we have created one helper column in the right side. And instead of typing in data, we'll be taking the values from that helper column. So we have taken that. Now bracket close, parenthesis close, formula is ready only for a cell. But we need to apply for rest. And what's the shortcut? Control Enter. And see the beauty? With one stroke, one shot, we have got our data, and this is called our small formula. So please go and give it a try. Small formula, is it working? Please confirm. Any doubt? Please ask.
Prabhas, I have a question. For K value, when we give G12, right? So it's
Right,
only 1,
right,
right? Whereas we've taken the value of E12 to E17 for the bottom three. मतलब वो हमने पूरा लिया है.
right.
But for K, we've just taken G12 and not G12 to G14. Is that a valid question?
Yes, the question is valid. Why we have not taken the range? Because we have to move down. We have to move down the cell one by one, correct? But
So
L1,
automatically.
right. So 1 will become 2, 2 will become automatically 3 because that is the default nature of our Excel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks. Yeah.
welcome. Hope it is done. Could you please confirm in the chat box, people? Any doubt, any queries?
What was the shortcut you said, Pravas? Like to
Control
formula to
enter.
copy paste. Control. Thank you.
Yeah. So control enter purpose, first you have to select your range. Then you start working with your formula. Once formula is over, instead of enter, you should go for control enter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep.
Pravas, could you please repeat formula for me?
Yeah.
Actually, I couldn't put, I can't concentrate because of my baby.
Okay. So you can see we have got all these three cells. First we select where we have to design the solution. And leave your mouse, leave your touchpad aside, go for immediately equal to. It will start typing in the first cell. Then go for a formula called small. This demands me array. Array is our data where it is, it's in our prices column. So this range should not move down when I copy the formula down. So we should lock it by hitting our F4 keys. So F4 is the hotkey or the function key which will be helping you to map some kind of dollar symbol with your cell reference. So when you go for F4 once, the two dollar symbols applies to a cell. One before column, making column lock. One before row, making row lock. So ultimately, the cell or range is locked. And then over here, comma. When I go for comma, you can notice this is demanding me K. So what is the meaning of K? K is nothing but the ranking. So ranking is nothing but our L1 purpose, L2 purpose, and L3 purpose. We need three ranks, like 1, 2, 3. Because L1, the first rank, L2, the second rank, L3 is the third rank. So those things purpose, we have created some helper columns, and 1, 2, 3 is already stated in that column G. So we are going to take the help of our column G 12 first value. And when I go for this over there, then bracket close, control enter. So automatically this will be applied for the entire range.
I'm getting wrong answer.
Even I'm getting the wrong answer, Prabhas.
No problem. Can somebody just share your screen?
Yeah. Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah, it's getting loaded. Yeah, I can see that. Well, if you have got the wrong thing, fine. Now all those three cells are selected, correct? You please
Yeah.
select all the three cells,
Yes.
then go for F2, press F2. No. Select, leave the mouse, leave the touchpad, just press F2. Right. Now, can you see your E17 only locked, but E12 still it is open, it's free. So you have to lock E12 also, the source and the destination, the source cell, the primary cell, and the end cell. You have to select the entire range. So go to E12 in the formula, E12, and go and press F4 one more time there. F4. That is also locked. Now control enter. Control enter.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you, Prabhas.
Yeah, welcome. No problem. So Priyanka, hope this is rectified for you.
Let me check it.
Yeah. Fine, so I'm taking the control back on the screen. So how to make use of our small formula, people, we are clear with that. Now we are going to discuss over here. The next thing is how to get top three values. Okay.
Prabhas,
Yes.
sorry, but still I'm getting wrong answer. I don't understand.
Okay. You just share your screen. Let me see what the mistake you are doing. Right, first select all the three cells. No, don't delete. Don't delete. Let it be. Let it be whatever you have applied. No, Priyanka. Don't do that. Escape. Select all the three cells of bottom three column. No. All the three cells of bottom three column.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the gray color three cells alone you select.
Can I delete this?
No. Let it be. Let it be. Just select
Okay.
all the three
Okay.
cells.
Yes,
Yeah.
selected.
Now press F2. Leave your mouse. Press F2. Yeah. You can see your E12 to E17 is open, but the problem is your locking system only is having before the row number, before column it is missing, correct?
Okay. Okay.
Right. Now select in that E12 to E17 in the formula. Now press F4 one more time. Now this is what the original situation when you select a range. So go and
Yes.
press F4. Go and press F4. Now can you see $2 symbol? One before column E, second one before column row number 12, correct?
Yes.
Now this same formula we need to apply for the rest of two cells which is already in selection. Go for Control Enter. Control Enter. Now hold on. Your reference is also wrong C12. It is showing the reference K purpose C12 whereas it's supposed to be G12 because our 1, 2, 3 column is there in column G. Can you see that?
1, 2, 3, G12. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So instead of C12, you have to make it as G12 and then Control Enter. Okay. So you got the solution, correct?
Okay. Okay.
Right. So this is how we have understood how to make use of our small formula over there while working with any kind of Excel sheet. So this is going to help us while designing the dashboard, summary reports, templates. You can keep using that. So now we are going to discuss the next column that is called top three values, how to identify. Okay. So as we discussed over here, first we select all the three cells. Okay. Then go for equal to immediately. What will be the opposite of small? Should be large. So when you go for large formula, it demands me again the array. So array is nothing but my prices column. And as we know, when I copy this formula towards down, this range should not move down again. So what we're supposed to do, as we discussed, should be logged by using F4. Yes. Now, what is the next thing it is asking? K. K is nothing but the locking purpose. We should go for our F4. Similarly, ranking purpose, we go for K. So K is supposed to be 1, 2, 3, like what we used in the previous case. So our 1 is there in G12. I'll be taking that, bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control Enter. We got the data. So this is how we have understood how to make use of our large function also. All right. So please give it a try with large function. Is it giving the result to you? Like that, if you want to have bottom 5, top 5 or bottom 10, top 10, you can make use of these formulas.
Prabhas,
Yeah.
yeah, I have one query.
Mhm.
See, now we want like top three highest value. If we want top five highest value, then what will be the formula?
Same formula. Only thing is you have to increase two more numbers.
Okay, and that same formula that we need to capture again, right?
Right.
That's
You
select.
here
Yeah.
I will go and change 4, 5. I will extend another two numbers and same formula I'll go and extend like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Fine then. So I believe everybody is clear with the large formula and small formula. And now let us consider a situation. I'm going to take two names from our group, say our friend Anu and the other one, Mr. Chandrasekhar. So Anu and Chandrasekhar, if I take your names for our story, is there any objection?
No, Prabhas, please.
Okay, thank you so much.
No, Prabhas, please.
Okay, thank you. So now suppose say our friend Anu
Just,
has, yeah,
sorry to interrupt you. I'm really sorry.
no
Before
problem.
we move on, the place where we locked it, right, with the
Yeah.
F4, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I see you doing it, somehow both the values are getting locked together. The dollar symbol appears together.
Right.
I'm doing it individually. How is that to be done?
Okay. You do one thing, just share one more time the screen. I will tell you how to write your formula efficiently.
Okay. Yeah.
You delete all these things, whatever you have created in top three. Right.
Okay.
Now select first. The step one is select all the three cells. Remove your mouse or touchpad from that area. Now you type large. Now you select your array. No, you're typing it manually. That is what I'm telling. Don't type it
Okay.
manually. The cell references you don't type manually. You go for selecting the range. Array. Array range is E12 to E17. E12 to E17.
Okay.
No, you don't select completely. E12 to E17, you have to select. How do you select a range of cells? Yes, that's the perfect one. Now hold on, hold on. Immediately go for F4.
Uh-huh. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So this is how you have to
Thanks.
write. Yes.
Yeah. 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 Thank you so much.
Welcome. No problem. All right. So as I told you, my friends, over here, the moment we go for this, okay, suppose that this is what our friend Anu has created a template and presented to our friend Chandrasekhar. And Chandrasekhar is watching the data and he believes that this 1, 2, 3, why Anu has created, he doesn't have any idea. And he feels it is unnecessary, it is unwanted, and he deleted the same. What happens now? Can you see that? So this is what the problem. When you create the unwanted column over there in our Excel file, if the person whom you are sending he is not aware of the importance of that column, if he deletes, the entire formula is in trouble. So this is what our experts they suggest us to do the job like this. But Microsoft never recommends creating such kind of helper column in a template. And in template, we should avoid using such kind of helper columns. So now the question is, if I am not supposed to use this kind of helper columns, then how to get my top three? How to get my bottom three? So what we'll do, we will be making our formula efficient enough in such a way, it is going to generate same 1, 2, 3, but inside the formula. So please focus 1 minute on my screen, what I'm doing, observe, next 1 minute you can try. So as we develop the practice, first we'll select all the three cells. We'll go for equal to. I will go for large formula, no doubt. I will take the array and we will lock it. Up to this, we are clear. That's what we did. This is the repetition of that, nothing else. Now the question is, when it demands K, how to generate those 1, 2, 3 over here. So what we are going to do, we are going to use another formula for Excel naming called row, open parenthesis and close parenthesis. Now what is the row formula and what it does, we'll discuss. So row formula is a formula designed by Microsoft whose basic job is to, whichever the row you are going to type that formula, that row number will be the answer. So now if you see on my screen, which row is getting highlighted? Row
12.
number, no, row number 12, right? So row formula is going to generate me 12. Let's see. If I go and see the row formula, is it generating 12 for me? Yes, absolutely right. But what is the problem over here is, for K purpose, we are looking for 1. Row formula is giving me 12, but k purpose I am looking for 1. So basic mathematics, what we can do? Minus 11, that can be done. Do you agree? Now bracket close, formula is ready, only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. As we discussed, what should be the shortcut? Control Enter. So now see, without using any kind of helper column, we have made our formula efficient enough in this way. So this is called nothing but our nested formula. So please give it a try. Large with row combination, is it working? Confirm.
Yeah, it's working for us.
So friends, please confirm if it is working. If you have any challenge in understanding, do let me know. I will make it more simpler for you also.
Prabhas, can you show me again that after row?
Yeah, after row minus 1. So row minus 11, why you did that? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So that is what we do. Like taking the entire cell reference, if you go for the formula, if you're talking about what we did, first we selected all these three cells equal to large, then going to array. This is my array. We logged it. Then we have gone for k purpose, the row formula, and row formula gives me the row number as the answer, that is row number 12. But I am looking for 1 in place of that, so we'll go for minus 11 and bracket close, control enter.
So the same method can be used for bottom three also?
Yeah, we used it already. That's
Yeah.
what you have to use. You have to do that. Minimum hands-on practice. Yes, Priyanka, what's the doubt?
Uh, I'm getting answer like this. I don't understand. I have selected this row, but answer is reflecting only in first cell. First cell.
Because you have not selected all the three cells. See, what is that I told you? First, whenever you go for solution, first select all the three cells. This is the place where we are going to design the solution, correct?
Mhm.
Then you have to immediately go for equal to large, then taking the array from the braces column,
I
you have
have
to lock it.
selected this, then control enter.
Yes, you have to go for row formula, then minus 11, control enter. All right. Hope this is working for everyone.
My, uh, can you see my screen?
Yep. What you have done? No, no. You are again going for enter only. It seems pretty clear. You delete that. Whatever you have created, you delete that.
Okay, first
Go to
I
the,
need to select this.
no, no, no. Go to the top three column only. Top three column. What you have created. Delete 134 also.
Okay.
Now step one. First, no, no. Step one is select all the three gray colored cells of top three column.
Yes.
Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad. Immediately type equal to Then type large formula. Then take the array from the prices column, and that should be logged. F4. No, why are you pressing F4 two times?
Okay.
Equal to large. Taking the array, lock it. F4 minus, sorry, comma. Then row formula, bracket open, bracket close. Then minus 11 because we are in row number 12. So minus 11, bracket close, control enter.
Okay, I was pressing just enter.
That's what I told you in the beginning.
Okay, understood.
Right. Fine then. So I'm taking the control back on the screen over here. Let us go and discuss in the next example over here. We have got some decimals in place, you can notice, where it is combined with some whole numbers as well. Looking at the same, my boss is not quite happy. And immediately he's asking me, Prabhas, this data you keep it with you. In the next column, I want to see the data rounded off to the nearest 1 unit. So round off to the nearest 1 unit, what does it mean? That is nothing but our logical round off, what we do in the routine activities, the same thing. Like 103.2, if it is there, what should be the answer? 103, do you agree?
Yes.
If it is of 111.5, should be 100. Do you agree?
Yes.
Now, just say 103.2 is there. We took 103, 1 unit down. 111.5 is there. We took 1 unit up, 112. So how do we decide this? We are not deciding anything. This is default by nature. Post decimal, whatever the character is there, this is going to decide whether to take 1 unit upper value or to take 1 unit lower value. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Same thing, we are now going to do it in Excel. So whatever we discussed manually to do the job, same thing we are going to do in Excel. So here, our experts, they will be suggesting us, or you might be following a formula called round. Nothing wrong with that. You can also take it. But since Microsoft has made some improvements in the rounding of formulas, let me take you through what is the new formula that has come. So first watch my screen for a minute. I have selected my entire range. I have gone for a formula naming called M round. M stands for multiple. M round stands for multiple round, and this demands me number. So I took the number, comma. Now it is asking me months. So months we have to understand. What is the meaning by months? Over here, see multiple. So it is typing multiple. Okay. So multiple meaning is not something we are going to multiply with any value. Multiple meaning is for the 103.2, for this is our case. If we are discussing 103 will be lower unit, 104 will be the upper unit. In between these two value only it is going to be populated, correct? So 103.2 purpose, 104 is upper unit, 103 is lower unit. So what is the difference between these two units? 103 and 104 is nothing but 1 unit. So that is what it is expecting, round off to be 1 unit. And now the moment I go for control enter, I got my things ready. So whatever we do the job manually, the similar way, this M round is going to work for me over here. So give it a try and check whether M round is working for you.
Prabhas, I have a query here.
Yeah, please.
it can be achieved by simple rounding of formula, right? The same thing can be achieved, right?
Yeah, that is what I told you. We have the practice of using round formula. There is nothing wrong. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I'm telling M round formula is, I'll tell you. Reason is, see, first we need to understand the concept how Microsoft comes up with the formula. See, when Microsoft has introduced first time in 1985, there was a formula only called round. But because of round formula, there was a lot of problems and it was not self-sufficient to cater all the needs and to handle all the situations. That's why, based on the user's request, Microsoft comes up with another two formula naming called round up and round down. You would have also noticed that all those things,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The beauty of Microsoft is when they develop some new formulas, they do not leave the old formula. They always carry it in the next
Okay,
versions.
okay.
So because of round up, round down, though it was helping out people, our users, but still it was confusing where to use round up, where to use round down. Again, situation specific formulas people have to remember. So that was not giving a comfort zone to work with. Then Microsoft has developed one more formula in 2007 version is called M round. So when M round comes to picture, still round is there, round up, round down is there, and M round is there. That is what the beauty of Microsoft. And now M-round purpose is it is going to help you in multiple situations. So instead of remembering three different formulas, just remember one formula. Alone is enough. But again,
How
I'm
this?
saying, yeah,
Sorry.
it will be more clear, Chandrasekhar, in the next example. Don't worry. But let
Okay.
me complete first this. Now, one thing is, if you are using already round and you are quite comfortable, still you can use it. I'm not denying. I'm not saying that your M round should be replacing your round formula, but yes, technically it is going to replace because that is the reason why this is being designed.
Okay. Okay.
So now you can have that same question in the mind, Prabhas, why I need to learn M round, which is going to be answered in our next question. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you.
Good, I'm glad you asked that question. This is the kind of question should come up from your side, people. Else my job would be very easy. See, now M round, I believe everybody has got the same answer, logical round of how to do it. Now go to the next one and understand this. So suppose say same prices column is there. Now my boss is having a different requirement. What is that? He is telling me, Prabhas, get me the prices round up to the nearest 5 unit. So what is the meaning by nearest 5 unit? Let's discuss. 103.2 is there. If I need to answer this in this column, what should be the answer? These people, anybody? If I need to answer the question
Instead of
asked
1, we put 5 there in the multiple.
105. Okay. If it is of 87, what should be the answer?
100.
90, 90.
90, sorry. 90, 90.
Are you sure 90?
No, that's 85.
It's 85.
Oh, sorry, 85, 85. Right.
Yes, that is what he's expecting. So now, simple thing, I'll tell you 103.2, how it will become 105. See, if I create a scale or interval of 5 skip count or 5 jump values like 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, something like that. If I'm going to consider 103.2, is it going to fall in between 100 and 105? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I got it. Got it. Prabhas, yeah.
So now 103.2 purpose, which one is the closest value? Which one is the nearest value out of these two?
105.
Should be the answer.
Yeah.
Similarly, 87 purpose, if you look at, it will be falling in between 85 and 90,
Correct. So
which is
85,
the
yeah.
closest one. Definitely 85. So that is what we are discussing. Priyanka, how it will become 100? Hope you got it. What we are doing that, correct?
Yes, yes. I answered this nearest value.
Okay. See, now what exactly you need to understand for M round perspective. For 103.2, 100 is the lower unit, 105 is the upper unit. Now, how much is the difference between these two? Is of 5 units, correct? So the same thing, we are going to do it now with M round. So I'll go for M round. Number is 103.2, comma, multiple. I told you multiple, what is the meaning? The difference between the upper unit and the lower unit. So it's of 5 units. So we'll get the result. So this is how, whenever there is a need, multiple of 10 also, you can get this M round only. You don't need to go for a separate formula for that. Mostly when you do our calculations or when you design the templates like our work order or purchase order, costing sheets, when you're generating or any other templates, when you believe that people may type some decimal values and you want your data to be rounded off all the time, you can keep this M round formula ready in that template and that will be taking care of the results.
Prabhas, I have a query here.
Yeah, please ask.
Will it work for time?
Yes, at the end of the day, time also is a number, but time is just a format.
Okay, suppose no, I have a time interval to calculate, and in that case, my time interval should be in 1 hour format, 1 hour interval. There
Okay.
could be, suppose give an example, a person would have put it, entered to the office say 7:55, but
Yeah.
I should consider it is 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, in that way, will it form M round will work there?
Yes. 755, though that is what I'm telling. See, 755, how the system is being captured. 75500. This is what our time format. This is what
Yeah.
our time format. But behind that, technically, this is the number which is working.
Okay, got it.
So M round formula is working for numbers. So the numbers, if it is there, definitely it can round up. But again, what is going to happen? You have to convert into time format. That is the only change you have to do.
Okay, if say this example itself, what you have taken 7:55, if I want to
Mhm.
make it 8 o'clock, what would be the
Mhm.
formula in this case?
Right. So in this case, now if I have got 755, if I have got the data, now
Yeah,
if I go for round off is equal to M round, I'll go for it as I suggested. This data is
yeah,
there, that's fine. If I go
yeah.
for nearest value, if I go for 1. So I have gone for this and I have got the result as 0 because this is
Okay,
post decimal, anything is missing over here.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
0, if I consider to time format, what will be happening? This will be taking either 12M or 24 hours format will be taking. So
Okay.
here in that way directly we cannot take it. You got to get
Oh,
the point
okay,
because it is taking our either AM PM format or 24 hours format. These are the two formats for the time it is going to work. So in
okay,
that case, we have to go for again custom format. We have to go for 24 divide or we have to go for multiply by 24 depending upon the situation.
okay, okay. Got it. Got some small intervention of other formulas required in this case.
Yes, direct there
Okay,
is no other option because Excel, the same cell, we have got multiple formats. I'll tell you how the Excel logics are working. See, if I have got, suppose, say, this is our today's date. Date is a format, but technically, this is what the data behind it,
yeah, number.
right?
How?
So this is called
Yeah.
my date format. Now I am taking the same. This is called which format? We
Okay,
believe that this is number, but technically this is general format.
okay,
Same data, if I go for it, this is my number format. Same data only. Now,
yeah,
if I go for the same data, now this is going to be my time format.
okay,
Same data, if I go for it, this is going to be my date format. Now, same data, if I go and express it over here, this is going to be my currency format. Same data, I'm going to present it. This is going to be my percentage format. So like this, same date value will be there, but these are the different formats Excel response. So depending upon our requirement, we have to go and convert the format from the custom format to get the desired output.
okay. Got it. Thank you.
So, Prabhas, how do you change that format? Is there any shortcut?
Yes. That's a good question. See, in our keyboard shortcut, when you go for this, Control Shift 1 to convert any format to general format. Sorry, any format to number format. Control Shift 2, any format to time format. Control Shift 3, any format to date format. Control Shift 4, any format to currency format. Control Shift 5, any format to percentage format. So starting from 1, ending of 5, combination of Control and Shift. You can change or work around various formats. We are going to use that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, Professor.
Yeah, no problem. So now we have understood how to make use of this basic rounding of our data over here. All right. Now we will discuss the next example over here. The question number 4, you can see we have got some mixed data over there. Okay. Like we have got some positive, we have got some negative values combined together in one column. My boss is not happy watching the same, and he is telling Prabhas, do me a favor, just get me the positive values alone in the next column. I don't want to see the negative, only positive values should be expressed in the next column. So now the first question is, by looking at your data, how do you decide that this is negative? Simple. If it is in the brackets or if it is starting with a hyphen or dash symbol, this is negative. If none of them is available, this is a positive one. Do you agree with this kind of statement?
Yes.
Yes.
This is how we decide?
Can you repeat that, Prabhas, just once?
Yeah. We have the data of mixed type, and
Hmm.
if I want to check the data is negative. So how do I classify that? Looking at the data is negative. If it is having some kind of brackets open and close, this is negative. Else, if the data starts with some decimals, or sorry, some hyphen or some kind of dash symbol, this is also negative. Do you agree?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, if none of them is available, then definitely it's a positive one. This is how we take a call. This is what we have just decided by looking at the data. Now, if I ask you the same question, decide logically whether my data is positive or negative, what we do, we go to each and every cell, we check. If it is more than or greater than 0, positive. If it is less than 0, it's negative. This is how we logically check. Do you agree?
Yes.
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 Yes, yes.
Now the same thing we have to do in our Excel also. So when you happen to do the same job in Excel, you have to use the help of, or you have to take the help of logical formula called if. And what it demands me, logical test. So logical test purpose, I need to depend on a cell which contains the value. And what I need to check, is it greater than 0? This is what the check I need to do, comma. If this is true, then what does it mean? That value is definitely positive. So in the next column, which value you are expecting? The value which you are checking. Now, comma, value if false. So when the Excel is checking the value, Excel doesn't know whether my price column value is more than 0 or less than 0. It doesn't know that. So more than 0 treatment we have given. Then if value false, what does it mean then? Definitely it is less than 0. So it is negative. We don't want that value to be populated in the next column, but there should be some treatment in the next column, like 0, hyphen, nil, not available, not applicable, anything you want to write. You must write within two double quotation marks or two double inverted commas. Since we are working in a template, we have to retain the cell as blank. And to have a blank cell over there, you have to define two double inverted quotes immediately. And this is the place where people commits a mistake. They believe that they have written a blank and in between that they go for typing a space also. So space, though it is not visible, but that is counted as a character and that is going to be creating trouble. So when there is a need of a blank cell, you have to be very precise. Two immediate double inverted quotes. Formula is ready. Only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control Enter. So when I go for Control Enter over there, immediately I got my result. So this is how a simple if formula, how this is helping us to extract our data. We have got a simple understanding. So please give it a try and check if formula is working for you.
He's teaching very well, huh?
Thank you. Yes, people, any queries from anybody?
Prabhas, I want to see a formula.
Yeah, formula is there. I have written it's in the pasted in the down.
E32.
The chart box also. You want to see in the cell?
E32.
Okay.
Hi, Prabhas, I have one doubt.
Yeah, please.
So for the negative values, so you are, that E32 comma two quotation, this is there, no? So in order to avoid the negative values, you are putting this,
No, no,
after
no.
E32.
No, it's not about to ignore the negatives. It's about wherever it is not true, means the value is not greater than zero. I am defining the cell to be remain as blank. I don't want any text output like nil, hyphen, not available, not applicable. I just want to retain the cell as blank.
Okay, so for to make it render as a blank, so we need to give this.
Two double quotation marks.
Okay, so in case in quotation mark in between, if you apply hyphen or something, then it will render as hyphen, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, 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 got it.
Yep. So I believe this is working for everyone, people. Anybody still facing any challenge?
E32 is greater than 0.
Prabha sir, can you show this again actually? Because
Yeah.
मेरा पूरा का पूरा वैसे ही आ रहा है एक्चुअली
ठीक है,
सेम
देखते हैं आप
सेम
अपना। हाँ, चलो स्क्रीन शेयर करेंगे राजेश जी।
Result.
राजेश आप स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहे हैं? Fine then. You can watch my screen if there is a problem with sharing the screen. देखिए हमने क्या किया. We have selected first the cells, the solution area जहाँ पे solution बनानी है. Then we have gone for immediately if formula. Then it is asking logical test. So logical test purpose हमको एक cell के ऊपर depend करना है जहाँ पे test करवानी है. किस तरह का test? Greater than 0. Now this test is once it is succeeded, then value if true. Doesn't mean that this is going to be more than 0. If yes, then the same value should appear in the next column. So we have taken the same cell reference, comma. If it is not true, मतलब क्या हुआ कि ये जो डेटा है 0 से ज़्यादा नहीं है तो अल्टीमेट आंसर 0 से कम है. Then this negative value we are not asking to populate in the next column, but there should be some treatment for value if false purpose also. Formula is demanding that. So I should go for double inverted quotes. इसका मतलब हुआ cell to remain as blank. Then bracket close, control enter, and we got the things ready.
ओके गॉट इट मैं
Right.
खुद ही मिस्टेक कर रहा था आई वाज सिलेक्टेड ऑल द रो ई कॉलम एक्चुअली दैट वाज
Right,
इट्स कमिंग राइट
right.
ओके
You shouldn't take the range, you should take the cell by
यस
cell.
यस यस गॉट
Right.
इट थैंक्स
Let's, okay, no problem. So now let us focus with the solution, people. This is what we have got it, but I do not recommend this. Trust me. Now you must be thinking what kind of trainer you are, Prabhas. First you are telling the solution, we are very focused on that, and finally you are telling this is not recommended. That is what the fact, people. As I told you, whenever we are working in Excel, we face a lot of challenges because of certain reasons. So those reasons we must avoid while creating the formulas itself. Then later you will not be facing trouble. Now, though we got the solution, though we got the answer, why I do not recommend this? Simple reason. Remember one thing. In any Excel file, the more the Excel if formulas, file size will be more. Because if formula occupies a lot of space of your Excel file. So the bottom line is if formula should not be your first choice. In case of any other formula is not there, you have no other alternatives. In the worst case, use the if formulas. So now in this case, if this is not recommended, you can ask me a question, Prabhas, what would be the alternate solution for this? How to make my formula crisp? How to reduce my formula length for this to get this job done? I'll tell you. Please stay focused for a minute. I have an alternative column. You can check it out. There is a formula in our Excel naming called max. You know max formula, what it does? It finds out the maximum value in a range. Now this is demanding me number one. So number one from the prices column, I'll be taking it, comma. It is asking me number two. So number two, we need to discuss something. In the previous case, the moment we have discussed to check whether the value logically it is positive or negative, which is the value in the logical formula we have compared with, is the zero one, correct? So we are going to take the zero over here. So what we are doing? We are asking Excel to perform a calculation between the number and zero, which is more, you should return that. So we are not discussing anything below zero cases. Jobs become very simple, right? Control enter. So now you tell me option one you prefer to see or option two as a audience.
Option 2.
Option
Yeah,
2.
option 2 looks better. Yeah.
So definitely that will be anybody's choice. So this is how people, whenever you are designing your formulas, you have to be very accurate and always think about how to make my formula length minimum. This is the story of our business math calculation people. Any doubt, any queries, you can ask me now.
I'm so sorry, Prabhas. Could you explain the max formula again?
Yeah, you know what max formula does, is that clear?
Yeah, so we give them a value that out of the cell and zero, whatever is the
No, 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 no,
max
no. I'm
value.
not, I'm not talking about right now the solution part. I'm just talking by nature. What is max formula? Are you clear
Yeah,
with that?
yes,
So max formula returns the maximum number in the range, what you
right,
selected.
right,
So now same thing we are doing. Going for is equal to max formula, taking the number over here and comma, we go for number two is zero. So we are comparing two values between the price column value and zero, which is more, that should be the answer.
right.
So we are not discussing below zero cases. Do you agree with that?
I'm sorry, yes.
Right. So now, moment we go for bracket close. So automatically, if my formula goes down between 99.2 negative value and zero, which is more,
Zero would be more.
definitely. So that automatically takes care by formula. I'm not going to define a separate formula for this, right? Like what we did for if formula.
Okay,
So
got it.
that still
Yeah,
making my job specific, and we got the answer.
yeah, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So now we'll be moving to our next sheet, naming called numbers challenge. So over here, I will take you through the data what we have with us people. Suppose say I have started working with a project and the start date of the project is 1st Feb 2019 and the project is over on 26th April 2020. My boss is asking me, Prabhas, how many days you have spent on that project? Please let me know so that I can make a billing to the customer accordingly. Well, so in week we have got 7 days. Out of that 7 days, how many days exactly I have given to my office? That's what we call it as business days or working days, and we need to compute that. For that, we have got a ready-made formula in our Excel naming called network days. And when I go for network days, it asks me start date. We do have, comma. What is the next one? It asks me end date. We do have. Formulas there. We have given two inputs. And when I go for enter, this gives me a result of 321. So this is what nothing but our network days to compute or calculate our business days or working days. You can take this formula. So please take that and check, are you getting 321 by using network days formula?
Prabhas, this is I think total days, right? From start to end date, right?
Total means equal to end date minus start date. This is the simple logic we can, why we go for a formula like this. So
Hmm.
total number of days is 450.
Hmm.
Out of that, 321 is my business days.
Okay, excluding Sunday and all that, right?
What's your belief? What is your belief?
Yeah, I think excluding week offs,
So week off in your meaning, is it only Saturday or including Sunday also?
including Sunday.
So both the days. So technically
Yes.
you believe that it's taking only 5 working days in a week.
Okay.
Is that true?
What
Yes.
about any other holidays that might be a part of the calendar? Prabhas?
Yeah, that will do a separate treatment. Holidays we have not included at all over here. So now the first question is arising over here. Is it taking 5 working days in a week or is it taking 6 working days in a week? Because nowhere the formula has got the clarity.
Correct.
So let us go and avoid the first confusion. So the formula is always taking only Monday to Friday. It always takes only 5 working days in a week
Okay.
because this is a globally accepted format. If you are working with an MNC, if you are working with an overseas partner, they work for 5 working days. That's why this formula is being designed for that. But when I presented in this fashion, my boss is not ready to accept it, and he is telling me, Prabhas, we worked for 6 working days in that project because we had to meet the deadline. So we have engaged our resources for 6 working days. Then this is wrong. Of course, he is absolutely right. Answer is wrong. Now, one more objection he has also. He is telling me we have never worked in the public holidays like August 15, January 26, Dashera, Ayudha Puja, or any other Pongal holidays, local festive occasions, and things there. We have never worked. So kindly eliminate all those calculations days for that. Well, so if that is the situation, then how to deal with? See the beauty. So next example is precise something like that. We have got start date, we have got end date, no doubt. And we are not working in Thursday. You can see, compute the business days or working days where Thursday is weekly off. So Thursday I am not working, but rest of 6 days I am giving to my office. And along with that, these are the list of holidays which you have never served for that particular project. If that is the case, then how to calculate this? So in that context, people, network days is not going to help us. We have to go for another formula naming called network days.intl. INTL stands for international and it demands me start date we do have, comma, end date we do have. Then when I go and give the comma, you can see it will be giving me a list of pop-up. You need to choose as per the question, what is the day we are not working? So we are not working Thursday. So I have to choose the option where it is stated Thursday only. And can you see with immediate effect? This shows me Thursday is a weekend day and a number also assigned to that naming called 15. So I can type manually 15 or I can go for double click on Thursday only or I can hit the tab key. Now, comma, what is the next thing it is asking? Holidays. So holidays is there in immediate right column starting from D10 till D15. I can still refer that. Now the moment I hit enter, I got my answer 381. So this is how people, whenever there is a need to calculate someone's efficiency, productivity, or if you have hired some machineries and exactly how many days it has been put to use, based on that you need to pay the rental charges. This formula will be pretty accurate working for you. So give it a try. Any difficulties in understanding, do let me know. People, is it working? Any doubt?
Perhaps I have a doubt. Yeah,
Yeah, please ask.
you have selected Thursday as a weekend day, and you got the
Right,
result for 381.
right.
And I am selecting Saturday is the weekend day. That
Mm-hmm.
is number one, and I'm getting the different number 317.
Obviously, why it is a different number? Because
Yeah.
probably your holidays, maybe some holidays may be falling in Saturday, so it cannot consider as two different days. It has to take as one day only, correct? Logically,
Okay.
if August 15 is falling in Sunday, it's my bad. My organization is not going to give me 2 days holidays, correct?
Okay.
So that is what the difference might be because of that reason.
Yeah, but the holiday list is only six in number, right?
No, 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 no. See, holiday list is number, but that is what I'm telling. When I'm taking Saturday, you are getting how much? You tell me.
317. 317.
317. Okay.
Yeah.
So 317, probably if you one you see when I go for this data in this
Yeah.
holiday list, some holidays maybe in Saturday also could be case. Just see. So we have got one Saturday over here,
Okay.
right? So when I go
Yeah.
for this, if I am considering Saturday I'm not working and one Saturday also I am leave, so this is going to be treated as only one. This is one. And second thing, the moment you go for Network Days International over here, when I go for over here, end date, comma, so you are taking Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday only, 17, right? Now when I go for my holidays, so D10, I'm taking over here. So this is, I'm getting 381. So you are getting something wrong then. 381 is supposed to be
I think he must have selected Saturday and Sunday. That's the reason it's coming as 317.
317.
Yep.
Yes, so Sunachar, could you please check that? Have you taken 17 or something else? Or 7? 7 is Friday, Saturday.
Yes. Try one, Pravas. Yeah, it's coming 317.
Yeah.
Yeah, Professor, I've taken number one. So
Ah,
Saturday, Sunday, 2 days are there, I believe. Yeah, got
right,
it, got it.
right. So that is what, when you go for it, I have taken this and I'm also getting 317 because 321 we got in the previous case without holidays taking into consideration. Did you agree?
Yeah.
Now 4 days is less. So 4 days, why it is less? Because we have got one Saturday already over here and one Sunday over here. So out of my total 6 working days, only 4 days I need to consider because those are Saturday and Sunday it is falling from the holidays list. So I cannot take 1 day holiday again and 1 day as a weekend day. So both if they are falling in the same day, it will be treated as one day only. That's what I told you the logic. If August 15 is falling in Sunday, my organization doesn't give 2 days holidays.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, got it, got it. Yeah.
Right. That's what.
Yeah.
Right, people. So I believe everybody is clear with our network days and network days international. We'll proceed to our third.
Prabhas,
Yeah.
Sorry for the disturbance. What is
No
15
problem.
stand for? I forgot that after P10.
It is in the list of pop-ups. See, this is predefined 15 for Thursday only. If you go for that, automatically this is predefined series 1 to 7, then 11 to 17. So 1 to 7 is one for Saturday and Sunday. This is what the combination is predefined.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. So now we'll go for our question number 3. And here it's a very beautiful example. Please stay focused. See, I have got some AMC dates. Now say for first example, 11th December 2019, I furnished one contract of AMC with one of my vendor for HP printer and I fixed the duration of 16 months. Say for example, now I would like to know when this contract is going to be expired. So before getting it expired, I should take a call to renew or to stop the service or to change the vendor. Or if it is the asset is sold or it is scrapped, then there's no point of continuing the service for that. So we should take a call immediately. For that reason, I need to first find out when the contract is going to be expired. So just manually check in the first case, what should be my date of expiry? Anybody?
April 21,
What should be the date?
11th, yeah, 11th, no.
10th April.
10th.
Yep. 10th April.
Okay, 10th April 2021, 11th April 2021. There are two answers now. Anybody else? Any other answers?
It's 10th.
10th only. Okay, fine then. So let's go and discuss on this point. First of all, see, whenever date related calculations we do, we know one thing that we have to be pinpoint accurate for a single day of difference also. We cannot accept like plus or minus 1 day, that kind of things cannot be accepted while doing the date calculations. And here, ideally, if you look at, answer is supposed to be 11th April 2021. But 10th April, how do you consider? I'll tell you. If you are working with our insurance premium or insurance certificates and all, when you go for it, it will show specifically that this insurance is going to be expired on midnight 00 hours. So till that time the contract is live. So 10th April 2021 midnight 00 hours contract is still live. When it goes for next 1 second or 1 minute, it is expired, right? So technically when you come to office, then only you can renew the contract. That's why for the time being, you can take a calculation 11th April 2021 ideally should be my date of expiry. But actually that is the date of renewal. So if you are not clear, you can just renew before 1 day. No problem. That can be done. It's not an issue. So that's not the major concern. But the question is, I have if only one AMC, I can go and accurately compute like that. But when I open the file, there are 10,000 cases of AMC because I am the sole caretaker of all the AMCs of my organization. If that is the case, then how will I do it? So here our experts, they suggest us different things. Sometimes some people will tell you go and change the date format. Some people will be giving you a lengthy formula. Don't go for anything over here. I'll tell you very precisely how to do it. First 1 minute, watch my screen. There is a ready-made formula in our Excel called E-date. E stands for electronic date. It demands me start date. I took that. Then it demands me months. I have months also. Formula is ready. Only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control enter. But the problem is data is coming up with a different format. What is this format? First you tell me.
Number?
No. This is called general. That's what I explained.
General.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So number means there should be a decimal, post decimal 2 characters, before decimal there should be a comma separator. And to prove that this is general, if you see home tab and over here, if you see my custom format, what it shows me? Is it showing
Yeah.
general? Can you see that?
General.
Right. So here, now what I'm looking for is the date. And I told you to convert any format to date format, Control, Shift and 3. So you don't need to go for right click, format cells, again changing the format. You can directly go for Control Shift 3. So this is how basically we can go for a simple formula naming called edate. So give it a try now. And we discussed a format, keyboard shortcut, Control Shift and our hash key, that is our numerical key 3, to convert to date format. So these are the things we are going to use it frequently. So day one, whatever the learning takeaways, people, you have to practice and be ready for day 2, day 3, day 4. If you do not practice, again, you will be struggling in all those 3 days. So day one, very, very essential. Though it seems very easy, looking like a fairy tale, but you have to practice. Unless until you practice, you cannot get the hang on the topics. We discussed about edit, then we discussed about keyboard shortcuts. Any difficulties in application of the same on your screen? Or any question running in your mind, feel free to ask, make it clear.
Done, Prabhas.
Great. How about others?
Prabhas, I'm not getting that.
Which one you are not getting? edit formula is not giving the result?
It is coming false actually.
What is this? What is that formula? Can you spell it out? First one.
Is equal to e date.
Okay.
Start date is C20. Okay.
Okay.
C20. Sorry, A20.
Okay.
A20. Month is the sorry
C20.
C20. Correct.
Okay.
C20.
If you are giving C20 as month, are you still getting false?
Yeah, now it's corrected.
Yeah. So inputs were
Thank you.
defined properly. That's why it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
coming answer.
So Control Shift 3.
3.
Yes,
Yeah.
3. Date for month. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else is facing any trouble, people?
No.
Fine then.
कंट्रोल शिफ्ट 3 कब देना है एक्चुअली C20 देने के बाद
नहीं C20 ब्रैकेट क्लोज करिए, फिर एंटर करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद कंट्रोल शिफ्ट 3.
ओके उसके बाद ठीक है ओके सर.
Right. Now, once we have done with this, date of expiry, though we have computed, friends, but we are not yet done with our solution. There is one more risk factor which you need to assess is 11th April 2021. Is it going to fall in a weekday or weekend? That also we need to find out. So our next column we should compute is naming called day. So we need to extract a day from a date. That is also essential. So how to extract a day from a date? Let's go for it. Just look at my screen for a minute. We can go for a formula equal to text demands me the value. Value is nothing but my date of expiry, comma. Then it demands me format text. So what is the format basically we follow in our Excel with regard to the date? DD, YY or YY, where D is defining my day, M is representing my month, or Y is assigned for year. This is predefined. I am not going to do anything. This is predefined by Microsoft Excel. So what we are looking at the format is the day. So within two double inverted quotes, I need to take 4 Ds over here. Why 4 days? To get the complete string of the day, like Sunday, SUNDAY. What if I go for 3 days? It will be giving you first 3 characters of the day, SUNMON, like that. Is it case sensitive? No, you can write in drop caps also, no problem. And fine, now the moment I go for enter or control enter, I'm going to get my result over here. Exactly. See, as we are anticipating the first case itself, it is falling in Sunday. So this is the reason why this text formula is very, very essential. And most of the time while working in SAP, You will not be having a day column or month column or year column separately. You have to generate those columns. So this formula is going to help you a lot in that. So please give it a try, the text formula. Any difficulties, do let me know.
Uh, Prabhas,
Yeah.
why are we not using day function here?
Okay. So day function, what it does.
Okay, okay.
Prabhas, the text format is coming fine, but the problem is no, the date is for you. Sunday is coming for me. Wednesday is coming. Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, like that. I mean, I'm not sure why.
What is that format you have taken? Have you got the 11th April only in the expiry date, the first case?
Uh, A20 uh, and DDD format that
No,
I
no,
kept.
not A20. We are not looking for date of AMC, what is the day? We are looking for date of expiry, what is the day? So date of expiry is D20, not A20.
Okay, okay. D20 we need to put.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, fine.
right. Well, friends, those who are done with our text formula for day, let's go and make a hands-on practice for finding the month also. So same text formula, we'll be taking date of expiry within two double inverted quotes, M four times. M stands for month. And the moment we are done with this, we got the result. So for year, if I want to calculate, what are we supposed to do?
Why?
Very good. But don't use that because text is a lengthy formula. So for year purpose, we have got a direct formula called year. So you can take the year formula and this demands me the serial number. Serial number is nothing but my date of expiry. And when I go for it, I got my answers ready. So as I told you, always try to keep your formula length minimum. So our AMC results, how to compute over here, what are the other necessary columns need to take it like day over here with the text formula and year formula, how it brings us year, the control shift G keyboard shortcut, how it is converting any format to date format, we got a clarity. So this kind of formula like edate and all, where this is going to help you whenever you are maintaining some data with regard to your insurance claims, bank guarantees, or your instrumentation certificates, expiry date, or anything, or if you're working with some investment related documents where the date of renewal, date of expiry, date of completion, anything where you are working with. So instead of maintaining the Excel as a simple database over here, you can maintain the Excel as a tracker. And there, this formula is going to help you a lot. All right. So I believe everybody is clear with this example.
Yes.
Right. Now we are going to discuss our next example over here. Let me take you through the data what we have with us. See, we have got some invoice numbers, we have got some invoice dates. Now take an example. When we are selling a product or we are providing a service to our client, we collect GST from our customers, or we have got some other tax component, we collect it, suppose say. Now whatever the tax we have collected, do you believe that we can use for our personal benefits? Not at all. Or do you think that whenever the tax we have collected, we can just retain it with us and whenever we wish, we can pay it to the government? No, that is also not possible. So the bottom line is, on those dates, whatever the tax we have collected, this is due for payment to the government by 5th of next month. So say for the example, for the first one, 16th June 2015 is the invoice date. So the tax whatever we have collected, it is due for payment by 5th of next month, means 5th July 2015. So tax should be paid on or before 5th July. Similarly, 14th December, 5th January 2016, 10th July, 5th August 2015. Like that, those due dates we need to find out. If we find out successfully, then only we can make the payment on or before those due dates and we can avoid the penalty for the delayed payment charges. All right. So how to get that over here? Where is the challenge? So here, our experts, they will suggest you different formulas. But again, the data accuracy, when you talk about this will be a question mark. I'll tell you a very simple way, like a layman, we just think about it. See, why it is so challenging? What is the problem with that? Let's go and discuss. If I need to answer this manually by checking the data, if I need to find out 5th July 2015, how it is supposed to be my answer? First, we need to check which month that invoice belongs to. So which is the month? June. What is the last date of June? 30th. Then I go and add 5 more days. So that becomes my 5th July. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
The
Yes. Yes.
same
Yeah.
thing we have to do in Excel also. So our first challenge is finding the last date of those month when this invoice has been raised. Why it is so challenging? Because month doesn't have the standard number of days. Some it is 28, 29, 30, 31. All these kind of options are available. So now, how to make our job easy in finding the last date of those months? And if we succeed in bringing that, adding 5 more days is not a challenging, isn't it? So let's see how to do that. Please stay focused on my screen for a minute. There is a ready-made formula in our Excel naming called EO month, end of month. What it demands me? Start date. I took it. Comma. What is the next one? It is asking me months. So here we need to understand certain concept. See, month means in this start date, what is that month belong to? June. I am looking for suppose end of June. Then I should go for 0. 0 stands for current month. Current month as per the start date. Now, if my date is of June, I am looking for next month, July month last date. I should go for 1. If my date is of June, I am looking for previous month last date. So June purpose, May is the previous month, I should go for -1. So this is what the logic you have to give it as per the month's case. Now, since we are working with the date of June and the last date for June only we are looking for. So that is our start date. So end of June is nothing but 0. Now see the beauty. Each and every case, June 30th, December 31st, July 31st, and October 31st, we got it. But our answer we are looking for 5th of next month. So we go for +5. So +5 significance is nothing but 5 more days. We have to add it. And when I go for Control Enter, we got the result. So even though I have got 50 cases also, no worries. My formula is going to take care about the result. So this is what the formula, people, we call it as EO month. And there are 3 things we have understood. What are they? Is 0 starts for our current month, 1 for next month, -1 for previous month. Okay. So please give it a try. Any difficulties, do let me know. So if it is clear, shall we go for the next people?
Yes.
Right. So
Yes,
most of
Prabhu.
the date related challenges, whatever we face in our routine activities, people, we can handle with all these date formulas. Now we are going to look into some timestamp related calculations. Like take an example. When I come to office, suppose say at 9:30 a.m. in the morning, we have our biometric system where we punch our finger, and in the back end of the system, the time is being captured like this. So what is the format of time? Like whenever we are working with our data, Excel has got its own formatting for every types of data to recognize. So time system is being presented in this format, like hours, minutes, and seconds. Similarly, I have worked for the whole day and I'm about to leave for my office. Then again, I punch my finger in the out time machine and the back end of the system, time is being captured like this. Now, suppose say I am a bit more curious to know how much time I have served for my office for the day in terms of hours, minutes, and seconds. What we do, we just apply a standard logic is equal to log out time minus login time. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
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 Now when I go for this, what happens? Sometimes it works, sometimes it fails. And where it fails, let us go and analyze that. Suppose somebody turns up at 8:30 p.m. in the office and he works for whole night. He leaves the office very subsequent day 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Then my answer is not coming up. So in this situation, what you have understood that if my plant is running 24 by 7 or I am coming in the rotational shifts or people coming up in the different shifts, do I need to maintain three different formula for three different sheets people to handle? No, that is never what recommended by Microsoft Excel, right? So I should have a universal formula in such a way whoever the people, whatever the shift they turns up, immediately my answer should be ready. So in this case, our people, they will tell you, Prabhas, don't worry, change the format. Some people will tell you go for time format, time formula, or time value, all this kind of things, quite confusing. Don't go for that. I'll tell you a very simple way, basic mathematics, how to do. As we know, in a day, how many hours we have? 24. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have taken equal to 24 minus what time I logged in. I have deducted that and then plus what time I logged out. Simple basic mathematics. Control enter. Can you see? Whichever the shift people turns up, immediately it throws me the answer. So this is how whenever any activity happens within 24 hours timeline people, if you want to compute the difference to calculate your overtime, idle time, machine breakdown time, anything, you can go for this kind of formula. So please check it out. Are you getting the same answer?
Yes, it's coming.
All right, so how about others people? Any difficulties in understanding?
Yes.
It's coming, Prabhas.
Okay.
Prabhas, on doubt actually for not for this, I got answer for this. The previous one, E month, that I'm not getting that answer. That -1 and 0 and 1, that we need to enter manually, or that default by default it will come.
No, it will not default come. See, it depends upon the need. If you are looking for previous month from the start date, like start date is my 16th June. So June month, what will be the previous month for June? Is May.
Yes.
So May month last date, if you are looking for -1. -1 where to give? In place of 0. In the months
Okay.
category.
Okay. And
So
actually, if I'm entering that formula, I'm not getting that the July and I'm not getting that answer. Can you
could you
guide
please
me
share?
once?
Yeah, could you please share your screen? Let me have a look immediately.
Uh, um, okay. Prabhas, actually, I'm opening in the two different windows, so I think it is not a share. One is I opened in the connected VPN. Another one is a local desktop actually. So can you guide me the formula once again?
Yeah, you tell me. You just spell out the formula. What exactly you have written?
Yeah, 1 minute. Uh, Equal to ecom. I selected A29 as you mentioned that formula. Sorry, oh, you mentioned the B29. Okay. B29.
B29 is the date. That's what you have to take the start date.
Okay. Okay. So sorry, I kept as a A29 instead of B29. Now I got
No
it.
problem. No problem. No problem. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, people. So now we have done with our this calculation. Now we'll go for our next. Like
Prabhas, just
what,
1 minute. I'm not getting it right for some reason.
which
Should
one?
I? The time, the working hours thing.
Okay. Okay. Could you please spell out what exactly you have written?
So I've selected all the cells, right? I've said equal to 24
Minus.
minus A37
Okay.
plus
Mm-hmm.
P37, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
control enter, right? After that,
Right. Right.
नहीं अभी आ गया. Sorry, I
Actually,
don't
डर
know.
गया actually.
I
Right.
know आपसे डर गया शायद.
Professor, there is one question actually.
Yeah. Please
अगर
ask.
अगर कंपनी के आवर्स 8 आवर्स है तो एक्स्ट्रा वर्किंग इससे निकल सकते हैं ना? एक्स्ट्रा वर्किंग
बिल्कुल
कितना हुआ है?
बिल्कुल
उसके
निकल
लिए क्या
सकते.
करना पड़ेगा?
See, अभी आपको निकालना है 1 hour, right? So do one thing. Just go for suppose से कंपनी का 8 hours working है. So you can go for this and simply open the formula over here, whatever it is, right? Minus over here you go for 8. So suppose I want to find out my idle hours or unused or unproductive hours over here. Then what I'll get it over here. Let's see. So if I have got over here, it was 9 hours now. So equal to this data minus 8. So when I go for 8, I'm getting the 9 hours. 9 hours is coming out as time format. This is a format actually. But what I am deducting is the 8 as a number. So if I want to do what I can do, I can go for exactly 8 hours time. I need to deduct it. Now automatically what will be happening? This is not considering because this is two different format. Again, I'm trying to type. So what you can do over here is simple. Over here, you can go for this is the data I have. Now suppose say 8 working hours I have over there, 8 contact hours you can say. So after this, what I can do, I can create a column over here for the timing. I'm just creating a working column, remarks, or you can say effective working hours or contact hours. Suppose say 08, 00, and 00. Now, if I go for this is equal to 24 minus login time minus logout time minus contact hours if I go for it. So what I'm getting 12. What is 12 exactly? Again, 12 a.m. or 24 a.m. it is coming up. It's in time format. But if I go and convert into our general, this is coming up 22.5 as a decimal format. But what I need to do, I have to convert into hours. So when I go for this and simply multiply into over here, okay, data, I'll go for simply multiplying by 24. This is going to give me over here, just a minute. Yeah, it's showing me 540. Why it is showing 540? Because I am taking the number as 24. Again, I'm multiplying for 24 to convert into hours. But though I convert into hours, but answer will be coming up in a number format. So if I want in hours, minutes, and seconds or time format, here I have to customize the format. So what is the format I need to customize? Like going to format cell over here, and then going to number, custom. There will be an option called hours and minutes. If you say over here, we'll be getting hours and minutes. Okay, so I'm taking this hours and minutes. Now if I want to convert into number of hours, so I'll go and take this within our square brackets. I'll take hours over here and I'll be closing it. Now this is giving me 540, again time format, but hours and minutes. But what I need to do, basically I need to convert it into number. Now this data, if I go and divide with 24, I'm just telling how this format works. Okay, so if I go for 24 over here, this is giving me time format. What is that? 10 hours 30 minutes it is giving, but exactly I'm not getting 1 hour over here. So this is the reason why first we'll convert our data into numbers, then we'll go and compute in terms of hours. So because of all these reasons, what it happens, my time format is getting disturbed. Getting my point? So this is the reason why what we do exactly when you go and compute the hours, minutes, and compute this over here, then we deduct directly 1 hour. So 1 hour means or either 1 hour breakdown time or idle time or anything, we directly compute like this minus 1. So 1 means it is taking us 1 day. It's not taking 1 hour. This is the reason why we are doing it manually.
Pravas.
It will be more clear when you go for our next example. No, it will be more clear.
Okay, sir.
Yes, yes. Chandrasekhar, you tell me.
See, in this case also, C37 minus C38, it will give you the result in this way, right? Directly 1 hour.
Yes, that is also there.
C
37
minus
minus D37.
D37.
No, you have to keep the D37 there. Yeah.
Okay.
So C37 minus D37.
Minus D37.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my screen, it is coming 1 hour exactly.
That is what I'm telling. 1 hour it is coming up because I changed the format. If you remember, I changed here the format, correct? So if I go for this one I leave it over here is equal to this
one
minus this. It will
Yeah,
be giving.
yeah.
So that is what I'm telling. You have to maintain that, then only you will be getting. But if I go and change the format, so this is the problem. That's what I told you. So sometimes we go 24 multiplying by 24 to convert the data into number. All these things are important. That's the reason why we prefer to do it manually. That is why if you see Most of the time the people software, when we outsource our attendance system, they have always the problem, and we have to do it manual reconciliations all the time while I mean doing the payroll processing and all. You cannot rely upon with the PeopleSoft softwares. Trust me, this is what most of the industry they face the trouble.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, it will
yeah.
be more clear when you
So,
go for
uh,
next concept. Yeah.
so
Yes, any
Prabhas was
questions?
saying that when we've calculated the working hours and the standard contact hours that are there, so if we put it in the right format, our calculations
Yes.
become easy. That it's easier
Yes.
to do it manually rather than using any formula. Is that what
Absolutely.
you're getting?
Yes, it's
Getting?
the bottom line. It's the bottom line. That's why you need to maintain one more contact hours, whether it is a people are working for a half day or it's a piece rate basis, 2 hours, 3 hours. You should maintain in the time format. Then your calculations will be more easy.
Oh,
Now, let's go for something over here, which is creating a lot of confusion. It will be more clear in the next example. See, what if any activity exceeds 24 hours timeline or more than a day? If that is the situation, then how to deal with? See, take an example. We have got start date, we have got start time, we have got end date, we have got end time. So let me put it in a story format. Suppose, say, take an example, a lorry or a container or a say a truck. It has come along with some material to unload in my factory. So what time it has reported to my factory gate? Suppose say 16 April 2018 at 9 a.m. And it has unloaded on 17th April 2018 at 11 am. It has gone outside of my factory premises. Now I am a bit curious to know how many hours this lorry has taken to unload the material. If I want to know, how will I know that? So technically, if you just check it manually and let me know, what should be my answer? How many hours it has taken?
26 hours.
All are ready, agree for that? 26.
Yes.
Yeah, 26 hours.
But the question is how to compute it. If it is of one case, I can manually check and compute. But when I look at my factory security gate, the inward register, I found that near about 1,000 vehicles movements happened for the whole month. And I have to check 1,000 cases. So how will I do that? This is what the major question. Now the question over here, the second one is why I need to do this. It's not something Pravas has created some examples I need to answer. We need to have the connectivity with our data also. So if you're working with a plant or factory or any OEM industries where definitely this kind of situation arises a lot of time. But why I need to do that? Any idea? Can anybody connect with the data of yours so that it will be kind of a knowledge sharing for others also? Anybody? Most of the time, you would have noticed one thing, the vendors, when they raise the invoice, they charge something called halting charges. You would have come across.
Yes, yes.
Now,
Yes,
halting
yes, yes.
charges.
That's true.
Halting charges, what is that exactly? Anything beyond the stipulated timeline, if the factory is retaining the vehicle for more than certain time, or if the vehicle is taking more than the stipulated time, then the halting charges comes into place. But that is really annoying from the audit point of view or from the management point of view. When any invoice attracts this kind of logistic expenses as halting charges, then there is a question arises. Why? Is it because of improper planning of our procurement? Or is it because of insufficient storage space in our area? There are a lot of reasons involved. So unless and until you document those reasons behind or beneath that invoice, you will not remember the whole story after 1 year, definitely. And when people comes or auditors comes and ask the questions, you have to be there to explain, correct? So that's the only reason why we have to do all this kind of calculations to have a better internal control system and to document the necessary reasons behind such kind of halting charges. And then you have to work on it, how to minimize that halting charges. Okay. Anyway, so now the question is, how will I check 1,000 cases? For that reason, people, again, our experts, they suggest us different things, but we are going to do it very simple way. How? First of all, we'll create some calculations column for better understanding. So let's go for start date and time. Then we'll go for our end date and time. And then we'll go for hours. What is that? The difference in terms of hours. So three columns ready-made we have created for our better calculations for understanding purpose. The first one, start date and time, equal to start date plus start time. Whatever the output comes, format, don't worry, but ensure that you are taking the right cell references, A43 plus B43. And this is what the output comes. Similarly, if you go for end date and time, equal to end date plus end time. Output, don't bother, but cell references should be adequate. Now coming to the difference in terms of hours, what we do, equal to end date and time minus start date and time. Simple logic, that is what we applied for timestamp calculation also. But the problem is, it leaves me the answer in terms of decimals like 1.08333 and all. But how to correlate the same with 26 hours? I cannot take 1 is nothing but 1 day, 0.08 something called 4 hours. That kind of blind logic, I cannot take it over here. So how to express our data into proper format? See, as long as the data in decimals, we cannot express it. But if I want to express this data in terms of hours, we know basic simple calculations in a day. How many hours we have? We have maximum 24 hours. So we'll go for our 24 over here. Simple, multiply with 24. If I want my answer in terms of minutes, in an hour, how many minutes we have? 60. So I'll go and further multiply by 60. Same basic calculations, nothing much. So since our answers we want to confine in terms of hours, we'll go on simply multiply with 24. And the moment I hit, can you see? Is it giving me 26? Now, hope the concept is clear.
Yes.
So this is also one of the major problem in our routine activities, people. When you download the data from SAP or ERP system, the date with timestamp, the result comes. And if you want to compute the difference, it doesn't give the results properly. So the best option, what you can do, you can segregate the column, date and time, you segregate into two different columns and then create another column as a remarks and do the results. It will be definitely going to work fine. So this is how people we have understood our numbers challenge sheet, whatever we had. The discussion is clear. So kindly save all your workbooks. With this, we'll go for a short break of 10 minutes. In my system, it is 4:45 p.m. Dot 4:55. Again, we are going to resume. So have a brisk and come back soon. We'll discuss the rest. So I'll be in mute. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, so I believe everybody's back. Could you please respond in the chat box? Okay, Tanmay and Anu, thank you so much for the response. How about others people? Okay, so now we are going to discuss the next sheet is called our data presentation. So kindly open that.
Prabhas, so this formula, can you share the formula, the previous one, number?
So three cells formulas I have copied at once, cell by cell. Well, so I believe all other people are also back. So who else is pending? Revati, can you respond if you're back? Chandrasekhar, if you're back, could you please respond?
Yes, sir. I'm back.
Yeah, thank you.
Back, Prabhas.
Okay, thanks, Rupa. Arun?
Yes, Prabhat, I'm back.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'm just checking who else left out so that we can resume our session. All right, let us go and discuss something on this point. Data presentation sheet, if you open, we have got some piece of data. So let me put the data in a story format. Now, kindly take an example. Suppose my boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire revenue report for the whole year. So whatever the Excel sheets I would have prepared month-wise, product-wise, cost center-wise, BU-wise, whatever it is, I will open all the Excel files and this is what the final summary I will be making it by consolidating all the Excel sheet data. Data is ready, no problem. But this data, what I have presented, anybody can present like this. That is the first question. We know that very well also. So now the question demands when I am presenting my data, how to make it informative, because people don't like this kind of simple data. When you express it mere numbers, nobody likes it anymore nowadays. So in this data, if you watch, and now if the question demands how to make it informative or what else we can do so that when you present it to the next level, people would be happy watching our data, or what else we can add it so that there will be a value additions to the data, and when I'm presenting, my audience also will be happy and they will be giving a compliment. This is what the task we are going to do. So look at the data, give me your expert opinion, what else we can do to make it more informative, whatever it comes to your mind.
एक कॉलम में
Yes.
ऐड कर सकते हैं इंक्रीज इन रेवेन्यू. What will be the increase in revenue per
So
month?
you mean to
Highest
say,
revenue earning month and the least revenue earning month.
okay, so two things we have got so far, that one is coming up as we can compare the data month and month and we can create a column. One. Second one, in which month we have got the maximum value, we can make it green, and the minimum of least one, we can make it something like that. Okay.
Percentage of increase through the year.
Okay. Percentage of increase or decrease also we can do. Yes. What else?
We can create some chart by chart, the pivot table or bar chart or something
Pivot
that we can
table is
show it
not
like.
necessary. Pivot table is not necessary since we have only maximum two columns. So pivot is not required at all over here. Yes. Second one I
Otherwise,
can take it.
we can prepare the bar chart, no? So like
Huh.
month on
Pie
month
Yeah.
that
chart
increase.
Yeah. We can go for presenting the entire data in the form of
on
a
a pie
graphical
chart.
presentation. Yes, yes. On the form of a graphical presentation, you can take any chart, line, column, pie, bar, anything. So chart one concept we have accepted. Okay. What else? Now, I would like to thank you for participating in the discussion. But the thing is, whatever we discussed, we have to incorporate everything. But are we really doing that? No. I will tell you the fact. Unless and until it is demanded in the board letters in the email format from the next level, we never think of presenting the data in this format. So this is the first mistake we do. Do not wait, somebody should ask and you go and present. This should be inherent by nature. When I'm presenting something, always think of like how to give more on this data so that people would be happy watching the same. How to add more value to the data so that it will be different from others. So the first thing first, in this data, the minimum requirement we have to fulfill by presenting our total. If you look at in our data, we do not have the total. Can you see? Total is not there. So we should make it alt equal to. So alt equal to is the quick shortcut to get our total over here. So are you getting 33,715 confirm? The total,
Yes.
right? So this is the first thing we have done. Now, please stay focused on my storyline. When I'm presenting my data in this format, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the data in revenue column in terms of billions, millions, lakhs, and crores. But when I'm presenting my data to my management, they are not really worried about looking at the data in that pattern. They want to see revenue, but in terms of percentage. So our next requirement has to be presenting the data in terms of percentage. So let's go and create a column naming called revenue percentage. Go for it. All right, people. Now, the moment we have done with this over here, what should be the formula for our revenue percentage calculation? First of all, just watch my screen and let me know your opinion. I will take my January month data. I will be dividing with my total revenue. Do you agree? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, when I go and copy this formula towards down, my revenue data B5 should go to B6, B7 and all, but B17 should always remain constant. For that, do I need to lock like this? Do you agree?
Yes.
Now, what else is needed? To convert our data into percentage, we have the practice of multiplying the value again with 100, which is really not required. So we can complete our formula with this. We got the answer in decimals and we need to present it in terms of percentage. As I told you, to convert any format to percentage format, Control Shift 5. I repeat, Control Shift 5 to convert any format to percentage format. Now, when I go for double click on the fill handle button, automatically it is applying for the rest of the cases. If I want to go for a total, is it giving me 100%? Yes. So we are in the right track now and our data is 100%. So please give it a try. So is it done, people? Could you please confirm any difficulties in understanding?
Prabhas, can you please repeat the shortcut for percentage sign?
Control Shift 5. Control Shift and numerical value 5. Can you see a percentage symbol embedded on that on your keyboard?
Yes.
So that you have to combine with Control and Shift.
I haven't understood one more thing.
Mhm.
How did you calculated sum using sum function, or you have used any other
Alt
short
equal to.
The
alt
total
equal?
is the Alt equal to is the keyboard shortcut. Alt with equal to get a quick sum.
Alt equal to. Okay. Thank you.
Hope it is clear. Now, revenue percentage is ready. No problem. Now, what's the next one? So whenever we are presenting our data over here, we can present our data by comparing the data from month and month. So next column is the requirement stating called growth. So when you go for the growth column, please create a column naming called growth. Okay. So what should be the formula? Let's have a discussion on this first of all. So please stay focused on my screen and follow my audio line. See growth. When I'm working with my data and I'm following the calendar year called Jan to December, I'm not following the financial year, calendar year. Okay. So now Jan is the first month of the year. And when I have got my business of some revenue, do I have something to compare before Jan? Do you have something before Jan to compare? No. So growth is technically nil for the month of Jan. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
When I go to Fave, I have got something to compare with. No, right? So what should be the formula for growth column for the month of Fave? Equal to Fave month revenue minus Jan month revenue. Do you agree with the formula?
Yeah.
Now, the moment I hit enter, I got some reference values over here. The same I can apply for the rest. And I got my growth column ready. Check. It's working, right? Growth column.
Yes, work.
Yes.
Right. So growth in terms of value, what we have prepared or plotted, this may be making my boss happy, no problem. But as we have decided or discussed, when we are presenting our data to the management, they are not worried about growth in terms of value of lakhs, crores, billions, millions. They want to see growth, but in terms of percentage. So this is our next requirement now, defining growth in terms of percentage. So what should be the formula for growth percentage calculation? So first 1 minute, watch my screen. Like we decided growth for the month of Jan is nil because there is nothing before Jan to compare. Similarly, growth percentage also will be nil. Do you agree?
Yeah.
But when I go to month of Feb, whatever the growth we have found out, that has to be divided by the base month. So for Feb month, which is the base? Is the Jan?
Jan. Yeah.
So this is supposed to be my formula. The moment I hit enter, I am getting the answer in terms of decimals. And as we discussed, to convert any format to percentage format, what's the shortcut?
Control Shift 5.
Very good. Now the same we can apply for the rest. And we got the result. So this is what our growth percentage calculation. Please check it out. Are you getting the same values?
Yeah.
Now, growth percentage is ready. Okay. Yeah. Now, what should be the next requirement? Let's go and discuss. See, now please stay focused on my screen again. Suppose I completed the business for the month of Jan and somebody asked me, Prabhas, how much revenue you have made? So I'll tell you definitely that 3963 USD. Now, when I complete the business for the month of Feb also, and the same question, if I need to answer, what will be my answer? I will not be telling only the Feb month revenue. I will tell Jan month plus Feb month revenue. I will make a total and I will tell that. Similarly, when I go to March, I will select all these three and I will tell the answer. What do you call this?
Average
Cumulative.
revenue.
Yeah, we call it as cumulative or accumulated data. Or technical language, we call it as running total in Excel language. But when we are presenting our data in corporate reports, it is supposed to be YTD, year to till date. Okay, so let's go and create one more column naming called YTD. And when I go for YTD, what should be the formula? Let's focus. For the month of Jan, whatever the revenue we have made, this is going to be the same value as YTD. Do you agree? Whatever Jan month revenue is going to be the same value as YTD for the month of Jan. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when I go to Feb, I will be applying a formula equal to Jan month YTD plus Feb month current revenue. Do you agree with this formula?
Yes.
So data becomes cumulative. Can you see whatever my Jan month and Feb month revenue, is it getting cumulative over here? And the moment I go and apply the formula for the rest, when I reach to the month of December, December month YTD, is it matching with my revenue column total?
Yes.
We are in the right track. So this is how the formula for YTD we have computed. So please check and get it
Can
if
you
you
do
have
that
questions.
once again?
Yep.
F5.
Yep. So YTD month, what for the month of Jan is nothing but same value of Jan month revenue.
Correct.
When I go to Feb equal to Jan month YTD plus Feb month current revenue.
Okay.
Now when you go for this and hit enter, it will become cumulative and the same you can apply for the rest. And when you go to December, the total December month, whatever the YTD, is it matching with my total revenue? So that's the immediate confirmation that we are in the right track.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था, आप 77 जब भी दोनों का टोटल किया उसके बाद नीचे के फिगर्स डायरेक्ट कैसे लेते हो? ट्रैक डाउन
Yeah,
करते हो कैसे?
no drag down, same drag button. Instead of doing it manually, you can double click on this button, you double click.
ओके.
यहाँ पे कंट्रोल एंटर यहाँ पूरा सिलेक्ट करके नहीं होगा ना प्रभास?
नहीं, यहाँ पे दो अलग अलग कॉलम मतलब सेल के ऊपर फॉर्मूला चल रहा है. तो if you want, you can do that on the second one. Like when you go for this formula, we can select. Suppose if first one is ready, then I can select like this from the second cell to the last cell up to December. I can go for a formula equal to this cell plus I will go for this.
बट वो नहीं
So
हो
when
रहा
I
है. ट्राइड दैट एंड कंट्रोल एंटर.
yeah, it is
आई
happening.
ट्राइड अगेन. एक
I'm,
सेकंड.
I'm showing it. Not from the first one, from the second one. You have to
सेकंड वन, यस.
yeah.
फ्रॉम फेब्रुअरी,
Equal,
राइट?
yeah, from February you have to type the formula like taking first selection from Feb to December and type equal to Jan month YTD F5 plus Feb month current revenue, that is B6, and control enter.
Sir, I'm facing the same problem for the growth percentage column.
Growth
I'm
percentage.
unable to drag the cell.
Okay, please share your
I'm
screen. Please share your screen. Let me see what is the
I'm
challenge.
also handling from two different screens, sir, actually.
Okay, so in growth percentage, what is that formula you have taken in the month of Feb?
It's is equal to D6 slash B D5.
Okay, so you have received minus 4%, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Now go to the drag button and go for
Hmm?
double click. Don't drag it, just go for double click on that button.
Okay. Okay.
And you'll be populating for the entire column up to December.
8 seconds. Yeah.
Right. YTD in terms of value, we have got a result. Maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. That is what we have been just having the discussion. So friends, kindly keep your mic on mute. Anybody's mic is on if it is. If you have any questions, you can ask me, no problem, by unmuting your mic. So YTD now value is done. But when I'm presenting my data to the management, they will be looking for YTD percentage. So our next requirement is to create a new column naming called YTD percentage. Go for it. So YTD percentage, what would be the formula? Let's go and stay focused on this. So YTD value is nothing but for the month of January, same value of Jan month revenue percent data. Similarly, YTD percentage is nothing but Jan month revenue percentage. Can we take that? Like YTD value is nothing but Jan month revenue. YTD percentage, can it be Jan month revenue percentage? Same logic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
Now, when I go for my Feb month YTD percentage, like what we did for YTD is nothing but equal to Jan month YTD percentage. Can we take Feb month percentage added there? Like YTD, what we did? Jan month YTD plus Feb month revenue. Similarly, here Jan month YTD percentage plus Feb month YTD percentage. Same logic, nothing much. And when I go and hit enter, is it being cumulative? So 12 plus 11 in Feb month, is it showing 23%? And when I go for the rest, double click on the fill handle. When I reach to my December month, is it giving me the same value of revenue percentage column total? Are you just watching the screen? Is it matching? Right, people? So this is what we have to present it to make our data informative. So this is not confined just to accounts, finance, or production, stores, or consumption. Any department, wherever you are working with, this kind of statistical calculations is very much needed. And nobody will be demanding these things. You have to present from your own. And trust me, people will love to see that. Hope this is done. Any doubt, any questions as such, people?
सर मुझे पूछना था एक्चुअली रेवेन्यू परसेंटेज में 12% मेरा फर्स्ट कॉलम में है, बाकी के कॉलम में क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? क्या क्या गलत हो रहा है मेरे से?
ओके, तो आप मुझे बताइए कि फेब का जो वाईटीडी परसेंटेज में फॉर्मूला आपने क्या डाला?
अच्छा, फिर में फिर से मैन्युअल डालना पड़ेगा?
जी बिल्कुल, वही तो हमने किया, वाईटीडी में भी वही तो किया। पहला कॉलम का फॉर्मूला हमने लिया, पहला मतलब जैन मंथ का फॉर्मूला इक्वल टू जैन मंथ रेवेन्यू। सिमिलरली रेवेन्यू परसेंटेज जो है जैन मंथ का वो बनेगा वाईटीडी परसेंटेज फॉर मंथ जैन। Then we have gone to Feb and typed a formula equal to Jan month YTD percentage, that is G5 plus revenue percentage for the month of Feb C6. So G5 plus C6 should be the formula reference in Feb month. Is it there?
No, I'm totally
Prabhas,
confused actually.
when we are starting, right, either we are, at least I, what I've been doing as a normal reaction, I'm doing C5 plus C6 and then trying to average it out. So वो नहीं हो रहा है. Unless I do a G5 plus C6, then it's coming correct. तो वो मेरे साथ इवन ग्रोथ परसेंटेज में भी हुआ था. I was wondering why I was not getting it right. So
So
for
first of
January
all,
का YTD percentage and
okay,
then
so
revenue percentage.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just checking one by one. Revenue percentage. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Growth
सर
value.
एक बार फिर से बता दो ना प्लीज, वेरी शॉर्टली.
Revenue percentage.
Hmm.
Whatever the individual month wise revenue जो मिला है, राजेश जी आपके लिए मैं बता रहा हूँ स्पेसिफिकली.
या
तो ये क्या करना है मुझे कि मेरा पूरा साल का जितना बिजनेस हुआ, जनवरी में कितना कंट्रीब्यूट किया हुआ है, ये मुझे जानना है.
राइट.
तो कंट्रीब्यूशन कैसा होता है, हमेशा परसेंटेज में ही दिखाया जाता है एज पर द लॉजिक, राइट. तो मुझे ये क्या करना है, अगर मैं 33,715 को 100% मान के चलूं, 3963 उसका कितना परसेंटेज है वो निकालना है. ये समझ में आया.
यस यस.
तो उसको क्या करना है, जो मुझे मेरे जनवरी का वैल्यू है उसको मुझे डिवाइड करना है टोटल रेवेन्यू के साथ.
F4 करना है.
हाँ, F4 क्यों करना है, क्योंकि हर एक महीने का डेटा जो है मुझे टोटल के साथ ही डिवाइड करना है.
राइट.
तो फॉर्मूला में जब कॉपी करूंगा ये टोटल वाला सेल नीचे नहीं जाना चाहिए, करेक्ट. Now the moment I go for this and double click on the fill handle, पूरा का पूरा बाकी सब महीनों का भी आ गया.
एक मिनट सर, मुझे उधर ही प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है शायद.
हाँ, तो इसलिए आप मुझे स्क्रीन शेयर कर दें तो अच्छा होता, मैं दिखा देता कि क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. तो स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहे हैं आप.
करता हूँ सर.
ओके.
हुआ है क्या सर?
नॉट येट राजेश जी. आप शेयर स्क्रीन में ऑप्शन में जाइए, वहां पे आपको मिलेगा डेस्कटॉप या स्क्रीन.
नहीं आ रहा है सर मुझे एक्चुअली. ठीक है, एनीवेज.
नहीं 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 नहीं, आप अपने विंडो पे देखिए, एक माइक वाला ऑप्शन है, करेक्ट.
हाँ.
माइक के बाजू में शेयर ऑप्शन दिखा रहा है.
क्लोज शेयर ट्रे ऐसा ऐसा आ रहा है मुझे. वो
नहीं 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 नहीं, माइक के बाजू में क्या बटन दिखा रहा है.
कैमरा का है एक्चुअली.
वो लेफ्ट में होगा, माइक के लेफ्ट में होगा, आपके लेफ्ट में होगा. माइक के राइट में क्या है, आपके राइट में.
राइट में शेयर ट्रे करके आ रहा है.
हाँ, तो शेयर ट्रे जब आप क्लिक करते हो
हाँ.
उसमें क्या ऑप्शन दिखते हैं.
नहीं, उसमें ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा है. क्लोज शेयर ट्रे ऐसा ही आ रहा है मुझे, पता नहीं क्यों. स्क्रीन शेयर दे दूं क्या? स्क्रीन शेयर ऐसा ऐसा एक आ रहा है नीचे, डेस्कटॉप विंडो.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, स्क्रीन जो है वो स्क्रीन को ही करिए.
एंटायर स्क्रीन.
हाँ, एंटर स्क्रीन, बिल्कुल.
मुझे तो नहीं आ रहा है सर.
ओके, तो आप मेरे स्क्रीन पे देखिए
ओके सर.
कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, वो उसके हिसाब से रेक्टिफाई करिए. सी, आपका ये दिखा रहा है जैन का 12%, फेब का 11% सब आया.
नहीं, ये 12% तक ही आता है मुझे, आगे नीचे का आ नहीं रहा है, इसकी वजह से मैं पूछ रहा था
तो
आपको.
ठीक है, 12% का फॉर्मूला आपने क्या दिया जरा देखिए.
सेम सेम दिया, जो
ठीक है.
आपने दिया वही दिया.
हाँ, तो राइट, तो वहां पे जो 12% के नीचे राइट कॉर्नर में जो ड्रैग करने के लिए आप एक बटन यूज करते हो, वो बटन के ऊपर डबल क्लिक करो तो बाकी का आ जाएगा दिसंबर तक 13%. देख लो.
डबल क्लिक कर रहा हूँ मैं अब, लेकिन वो आ ही नहीं रहा है वैसे.
ठीक है, एक काम करते हैं, आप जनवरी को सिलेक्ट करो, बाकी को इस तरह से सिलेक्ट करो, मैं जो सिलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ.
जनवरी को सिलेक्ट करो और
उसके साथ बाकी का दिसंबर तक सिलेक्शन रखो। ऐसे मैंने जैसे सिलेक्ट किया हुआ है।
ओके
कंट्रोल डी प्रेस करो, कंट्रोल डी आया।
कंट्रोल डी आया तो अलग अलग आ रहे हैं एक्चुअली 59%, 53% ऐसे अलग ही आ रहे हैं।
तो फॉर्मूला आपने कुछ गलत दिया है, फॉर्मूला चेक करो। जान का क्या दिया है आपने, फॉर्मूला पढ़ो।
हाँ B5 B17 F4 नहीं दिया था मैं।
हाँ तो फिर गलती आप वहाँ पे करते हो। आप मुझे बोलते हो कि आपने वही दिया है।
नहीं नहीं नहीं
तो वही ना, मतलब एक एक स्टेप, एक तो स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं हो पा रही है, ऊपर से हम इतना स्ट्रगल करेंगे तो फिर प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी। राइट
ओके
तो अभी आप करो, अभी हो रहा है।
मैं सर स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ 1-2 मिनट में। आई
ओके
थिंक आई
नो प्रॉब्लम।
एम नॉट अवेयर अबाउट दैट एक्चुअली। एक सेकंड।
तो चलिए, सो YTD, हाँ नाउ ग्रोथ वैल्यू। Any doubt in growth value, people, in calculation?
No.
Growth percentage, any doubt?
No.
ग्रोथ परसेंटेज आप फिर से बताइए।
Right, बिल्कुल। So growth percentage, जैसे कि जान का growth nil है, growth percentage is also nil logically. That is no problem
मुझे
in
एक्चुअली
understanding.
दूसरा कोई स्क्रीन दिख रहा है अभी।
Pravas, I think the other person has
Okay, Rajesh.
shared the screen.
Okay, okay. Yes, just give me 2 minutes, guys. Let me help Mr. Rajesh for that, and I'll come back. Rajesh, 1 minute. Hold on. Yeah. You keep your cursor, the first one, 12% जहाँ पे लिखा है वहाँ पे cursor रखो, cursor रखो। हाँ, फॉर्मूला ओपन करो, F2। आप F2 प्रेस करो। हाँ तो आपके स्क्रीन में क्या होता है ना, F2 करने से वो डिस्प्ले कम होता है। 1 मिनट, 1 मिनट, 1 मिनट। आपको जाना है फंक्शन विथ F2। दैट्स क्लियर। नाउ प्रेस F4। आपके लिए फंक्शन F4 प्रेस करना है। आप अपने स्क्रीन पे फंक्शन F4 प्रेस करो। अभी हो गया, एंटर करो ना। वहां पे वापस जाओ, वो जो बटन है कॉर्नर का जो ड्रैग करते हो उसके ऊपर डबल क्लिक करो। डबल क्लिक, डबल टैप, आ गया। अभी नीचे रखो, टोटल जगह, टोटल जहां पे बनाना है वहां पे रखो कर्सर। ऑल्ट इक्वल टू प्रेस करो, ऑल्ट इक्वल टू। हाँ एंटर करो, आ गया। अभी ग्रोथ में चलो, तो वहां पे आपने दिया B6 माइनस B5, ठीक है। अभी वहां पे डबल क्लिक करो फिर से। ये भी हो गया। अभी ग्रोथ परसेंटेज बनाओ, उसका टोटल नहीं चाहिए, उसका टोटल नहीं चाहिए। ग्रोथ परसेंटेज बनाओ, कॉलम। नीचे आओ, इज इक्वल टू ग्रोथ फॉर द मंथ ऑफ फेब, लेफ्ट साइड का -178 जो बना है उसको सिलेक्ट करो, डिवाइड करो जैन मंथ रेवेन्यू B5 के साथ डिवाइड करो, B5 के साथ डिवाइड करो, एंटर करो। तो ये हो गया आपका ग्रोथ परसेंटेज। बाकी को भी अप्लाई कर दो, ये भी हो गया। अभी चलो तीसरा, F कॉलम में ऊपर हेडिंग बनाओ YTD। तो यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला पहला देखो, 3963 का क्या दिया है, ऊपर चलो। हाँ, इक्वल टू, उसको फॉर्मूला में डालो, आपने मैनुअल टाइप किया है, इक्वल टू जैन मंथ रेवेन्यू B5। हाँ एंटर। फिर नीचे आओ, इक्वल टू डालो, F5 ऊपर जो YTD लगा है उसको सिलेक्ट करो, प्लस फेब मंथ रेवेन्यू करंट। हाँ एंटर। उसको डबल क्लिक करो अभी जो बनाया फॉर्मूला। राइट। अभी चलो तीसरा कॉलम YTD परसेंटेज और बनाओ जी में। हाँ, इक्वल टू जैन मंथ रेवेन्यू परसेंटेज इक्वल टू C5, एंटर। फिर नीचे आओ, इक्वल टू G5 ऊपर वाला सेल पहले, प्लस C6, एंटर। अभी उसको डबल क्लिक कर दो. अभी देखो दिसंबर में जब पहुंचते हो, इज इट मैचिंग विथ बोथ द कॉलम्स, रेवेन्यू यूएसटी और रेवेन्यू परसेंटेज टोटल, दोनों के साथ मैच हो रहा है, वाईटीडी परसेंटेज टोटल. ठीक है. तो चलिए, taking let I am just taking the control back on the screen over here. Yes. So growth percentage, those who are having the doubt, please stay focused. We have taken growth percentage is nil, since growth is nil for the month of Jan. But when you go to Feb, equal to growth, whatever we have identified, that should be divided by the base month. So for Feb, which is the base, is the Jan month revenue, we have to divide. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Right. Now, when you go for that and hit enter, this is going to give you the data in terms of decimal, like this. You have to convert into percentage, Control, Shift, and 5. Then the same formula we need to apply for rest, and we got it. This is called growth percentage, right? So now all these columns, whatever as a value addition or making our data informative, I believe we are in equal page.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, once we have done with this,
Yes,
let us
Prabhas.
go. Thank you so much for your responses, people. So kindly do some minimum formatting work. So select your month column completely as I selected. Going to Home tab, we have always the practice of only taking font color and fill color. But apart from that also, we have got a different word for formatting, naming called cell styles. So in the Home tab, if you go for cell styles, we have a category called themes, theme cell style. So it will be giving the high definition colors along with the font color combinations. So go and take this option. So first column and first row, I have taken two different colors from this. Okay. Now when I apply this, my data is ready with all the necessary columns and some minimum data formatting. Hope it is done.
Yes, Prabha.
Right. Now, as we discussed, the first thing, always remember people, when you are presenting the numbers or presenting multiple column data, always go for selection of the data by keeping the cursor inside the data anywhere, Control A. Control A. Data is selected. Ensure that it is given a feel of a table. How? By applying the borders. How to apply the borders? You can go to Home, Borders, and All Borders. This is with the help of mouse. If you are not happy using mouse, you want to save your time, yes, we do have a choice. Alt, H for Home, B for Border, A for All Border. So what's the keyboard shortcut? If you are interested to do with that, Alt H B A. One by one, you need to press all these things together and struggle to apply all borders. So I gave you both the options, whichever it is comfortable for you, you go for it. Not an issue. So going to Home, Border, All Border with the help of mouse, or we can go for Alt HBA. So borders is applied. Now the latest style of our data presentation, it says that when you are presenting your tabular data, the first column should be aligned left. Rest of the columns should be aligned center. So do one thing. First column is already aligned to left. So kindly select the rest of the columns and go for your Home tab. There is an option called alignment where you can choose the central alignment with the help of mouse. Else, you can go for a keyboard shortcut, Alt, H for home, A for alignment, C for center. So this is for your center alignment.
Does Control E also work here, Prabhas?
No. Control E works only for Microsoft Word,
Okay.
Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft PowerPoint, not in Excel.
Okay. Thanks. So is it Alt H A?
A, C. One by one, you don't need to struggle pressing all these four keys together.
Yeah.
Right. Now, once we have done with this over here, our data is now neat and clean, presentable, and if it is done in Excel, you no need to struggle while taking the data in PowerPoint. So just for information, kindly look at this. I have done my data presentation like this. My boss asked me, Pravas, why don't you get this data in PowerPoint? So I have copied my data. I have gone to my PowerPoint over there, and the moment I go to my PowerPoint, I no need to go and struggle much in this. I can simply select right click on the same and going for a picture image. So when I go and present my data in the image format, can you see it goes and looks neat and clean, presentable completely? No need to struggle over there. So this is what the beauty. The moment you present your data effectively over there in Excel, all these things matters the most. Minimum formatting also plays a very big role over there along with your numbers to make it complete. So how to make our data informative? We are clear. Any questions?
Could you please repeat the step of PowerPoint?
Select your data, Control A,
Yes.
copy that, go to PowerPoint and just right click on any slide, and there is a picture option, the icons you see, it comes. So there will be a picture icon. You have to go for that.
Okay. Embedded E. Picture item.
Right. So now we are going to discuss people how to make our data presentable. Okay. So here, let me take you through that. We have the same data of 1 year data of revenue data over here. And this is what I have created. Now we are going to look into how to make our data presentable. So first thing, keep your cursor inside the data and go for Control A to select the whole data. Control A. We got it. Now go to your home tab. You will be finding a option naming called Format as Table. What is that? Format as Table. When you go for this format as table, you could notice it opens up with three broad categories like light, medium, and dark. Always go for light or medium. Do not go for the dark options. The reason is the more the dark color in any Excel file, file size will be heavy. So here I'll be taking one medium category. When I click on that, it will take me to a dialog box where if you click OK with immediate effect, my data will be having a beautiful transformation like alternate rows are highlighted, my columns are defined with some kind of filter buttons, headers are having the background feel of some colors, and thick borders are applied in the header as well as the bottom line of the data. So can you see all these changes on your data set?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So compared to the previous version, now it is somewhat looking good, correct?
Yes.
Now, as we have been discussing, suppose say this is what our friend Anu has presented to our friend Chandrasekhar. And Chandrasekhar is watching the data and he is telling and he's giving a compliment to the work of Anu and he's saying that Anu, this time your work is somewhat looking great. I am happy the way you have presented. I like your homework. But I'm a bit curious to know. Till yesterday this was not happening, but overnight how come such difference? Yes or no? What will be your reply when Chandrasekhar is asking like this? So definitely, what will say anybody? You will be saying that Chandrasekhar, you have allowed me for 1 day training or 2 days training, whatever it is in Excel. I learned from the training and I started implementing. I thought this will be helpful in our data set and you will be liking also. And that's what we did. Well, now why I am telling all these things? Simple thing. Whatever you are learning, you need to start implementing immediately. Then only things will be registered in your mind. Now we know one thing. When boss is happy giving a compliment to our work, what happens next? Yes, Chandrasekhar. If boss is happy, what happens?
Yeah, we get motivated and we,
Okay.
challenge more things to do, and the more big challenges to take up as a challenge and do subsequently.
Right. I'm glad you are taking in a positive note and you are ready to take up more challenges. So ultimately, what happens? Promotion, increment, elevations to the next level. Forget about that. That is due at the year end only. So
Yes.
expectation level goes high and workload increases. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
That is happening.
Yeah.
So same thing happened with me also. Suppose when I presented my data in this format, my boss is immediately asking, Pravas, you have given me the revenue data, but I want to know to generate this much of revenue, how much incentives we have paid. Please show me. So what I need to do, I need to create a column naming called incentive. Let's go for that incentive column. And the moment I hit enter, just see the beauty. What happens? Immediately, the immediate formatting is also carrying forward to the next column. Can you experience that?
Yes.
That's the beauty. So we no need to worry about our formatting. So technically, have you ever seen while creating the table, your formatting goes along with the table? No. And what we used to do in the earlier cases, we used to go to our home tab. There is a paintbrush kind of box option is there. We are very good at using that. Do you agree with me? It's called
Yes.
Format
Yes.
Painter.
Yeah,
So
very much we do.
yes, this is what it is no more required when you are working with table because Excel has got the inbuilt formatting over here. Now coming to the formula. Suppose say in our organization we have a uniform policy. Whatever the revenue we generate out of that, we declare 2% as incentive to everyone. It's a uniform policy. Now to find out my incentive, what should be the formula? Revenue multiplied by 2%. So we'll go for our revenue column that is Jan B24. When I go for it, it takes me to a formula like this, square brackets at the rate symbol, revenue USD column. So don't be panicked. This is the default formatting of table. Just simply multiply with 2%. No need to type all this thing. Just type multiply by 2%. And see the beauty the moment you hit enter. What happens? The entire column is populated with your formula. You don't need to go for dragging the formula, no need to go for control D, control enter, copy paste of formula. Can you see how your speed is increasing because of that format as table? Right, people?
Yes.
Yes.
Now revenue is ready, incentive is ready. So ideally, what should be the next column? Should be net revenue. So let's go and populate one more column naming called net revenue over here. Again, the same formatting goes along with me. What should be the formula for net revenue calculations as we know? Revenue minus incentive, basic mathematics. So we'll go for is equal to B24 minus C24, revenue minus incentive. And the moment I hit enter, my entire column is immediately populated. So this is how we can see that now our format as table option, how it is so helpful while doing the data entry work in our Excel over there, and automatically formatting has been taken care, and formula also it is helping us. Even though I have got 10,000 1 lakh records, it is going to be applied for all the records. So up to this, everybody is clear what we did. Any questions?
Prabhas, can
More
you please
questions,
repeat?
but it is amazing, Prabhas.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. Yes, yes, some doubt was coming up. Yes, please ask.
Prabhas, can you please repeat incentive calculation?
Incentive calculation simple formula like going for equal to and click your Jan month revenue, that is B24, just click. Then automatically it will take this kind of formatting. Don't worry about that. Then
Okay.
multiply with 2%. That's it.
2%. Okay. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Similarly, net revenue is nothing but you have to go for equal to and taking the B24 revenue data minus C24 the revenue data.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Now, once you get it done,
Professor, I've
people.
got one query.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Professor, I got a query here.
Yeah.
See, now we have used this as a table with formula here, right? But this
Right.
is not an actual formula which Excel understands, right?
Right.
If I have to copy paste in a different table or a different form of presentation, this formula may not work, right?
No, it's not like that. See,
Yeah.
technically, the moment you look at the formula, what is that it is taking? It is taking the entire column first. See, column is taking revenue, USD is the column name. Then it is putting it across in the square brackets. If you see any formula, I'll tell you. Now, say take an example, our network days international over here. Okay, how this formula works over here, I'll tell you. Start date. If you see over here, it is in a plain text, means it is mandatory. The input. End date. This is also plain text, it is mandatory. But if you see the holidays, can you see square brackets?
Yeah.
So it's a simple message. Holidays, since it is there in square brackets, it is optional. Even though I do not provide holidays, my formula is going to be computed and it is going to be executed. Similarly, in our table format also, when the column headers are expressed, this is there in written as two square brackets. Why not any other thing? Why not in two double inverted comma? Why not it is just two single quotes? Because these are predefined. So any point of time, if you want to relate to your table data and get the formula, it will work. It is not going to impact on this. It is definitely going to work. If you want to take it as a source, you want to apply VLOOKUP formula, anything you can relate it this, no problem with that.
No, I think I was not able to convey my message clearly. What I mean here,
Okay.
had we not used this format as table option,
Okay.
can we use this at revenue USD minus at incentive, this kind of formula in a normal table, giving the
Yep.
column heading as a inside the formula.
Okay.
So this clarity I want, like, this is a normal formula or is only works in a table as when we format a table based on the Excel given formattings? That's my query.
Yeah, the query I would
Uh,
like to simplify in one language,
yeah,
Chandrasekhar, that this is when we are
yeah.
going for it, it is the same logic what we do in our normal Excel sheet we are applying only. We are not defining any
Okay,
other extra logic. But what is
okay,
happening when I take the see, literally I'm going when for incentive calculation, I am going and selecting this cell only. So this is our normal cell, correct? B24.
yeah,
That
yes.
is we are doing. That is we are doing. But in display, it
Okay,
is taking the format of table style, like square brackets, column header, revenue USD, and it is putting it across in a
okay.
@ symbol. So this is the default
Oh,
format of table style. But technically, the same
okay,
logic only it is being applied.
okay. I got it. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
If I have to copy this one in a different place, will that go along with the format? I mean, stable,
Of
or
course,
it will get changed? It will go along with that, right?
it will go along with it all.
Okay.
So now I'm just going that just selecting this. Suppose say I want to select all these things. I have selected, okay, copied. I have gone to
Yeah.
a new worksheet. I have pasted it. What happens over here? The data as it is over here, the same formula, it is coming up. Formula is not getting impaired.
Yeah. Okay. Only in
So
that tabular format only that is displaying like this, correct? But backend,
yes,
the formula is still there. Backend, the formula
absolutely,
is still there.
absolutely.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
Right.
got it.
All right. So now, as per the requirement, people to come. Yeah. Any other questions from anybody?
Because I have doubt in net revenue.
Okay. What's the doubt? Equal to B24 minus C24. This is the formula you have to apply.
B24 minus C24.
and
Okay.
enter. Have you got it?
Yes.
Right. Now, as we discussed, in any data, there should be a minimum requirement called total. In the previous case only we have discussed. So since we do not have the total in our table data, how to get it? Technically, we are not going to create it manually. How to get that, I'll tell you. See, if I keep my cursor in the table, can you see on my ribbon tab, there is an option activated, naming called design, table design, depending upon the version of Excel. Extreme right, can you see a option, table design or design, something like that?
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhas.
This is the command when you go for it. Can you see a command over here, naming called total row? It is not selected. This total row is not selected. Can you see? So you have to go and activate this and see the beauty. Immediately in the bottom face, a total row will be added and it is going to show the total of net revenue column. If you want the revenue column total, keep your cursor in revenue column total cell. Can you see a drop down turns up? And this drop down, if you
Yes.
click, it will show the list of formulas. So for taking a total, which formula will be the ideal one? Is the sum,
Some.
correct?
Some.
We'll take that. And immediately our total is ready. Can you see the beauty? Everything is there. Only thing is you need to customize according to the need. So that's what the beauty of format as table.
Uh, Prabhas,
Yeah.
for 2013, I think
Yep.
it's design,
Options.
not table design,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I told you. That's what I told you. It will be
Okay.
naming as design or table design, but this total row option would be definitely there.
Total row. Yes,
You have
it
to
is.
activate that. You have to activate.
Okay. Okay.
Done. Now, once we have made it, now kindly keep your cursor in the header. Any of the headers, month, revenue, incentive, net revenue, any of the header, keep your cursor and go for over there, Control A. So entire table will be selected. And as I told you, whenever you go for multiple columns data in Excel, confirm that it is giving a feel of a table by applying the borders. And as we discussed, what is the keyboard shortcut for borders? Alt,
Alt
remote
HBA.
A. That's it. So Alt HBA, or you go to Home tab, border, all borders, whichever it is convenient for you. But if you ask me, I would always suggest go for keyboard shortcuts because we do lot of formattings in, day out if you're a core user of Excel most of the time. So those things, if you execute through mouse, it will be time taking. You can save some time. First thing. And as I told you, the latest style, what it says, the first column should be aligned to the left. Rest of columns should be aligned to the center. And for that, keyboard shortcut Alt H A C. Now, in this case, there is one more problem. We notice that our data headers, incentive, net revenue, it's not properly displayed. And most of the time it happens with us. You would have also noticed when you copy your data from one Excel to other Excel and paste it, the data always comes with some kind of hash symbols. And what we do, we take our mouse pointer, keep expanding the columns, double click, double click, double click, or manually we just keep dragging that. It is a time consuming and bit frustrating and annoying also. So instead of doing that, what I suggest is whenever you do copy paste work or if you find that columns are not properly displayed, then better go for a setup. Auto fit of column width. And for that, the keyboard shortcut is Alt O for format, C for column, A for auto fit. So this is called auto fit of column width. Alt O C A. Done. If you want to do the menu options, going to home, there is an option called format, and there you have to go auto fit of column width. So I told you both the options.
This is such a relief, Prabhas.
Yeah. So friends, can I take that everybody is clear up to this, whatever we did? Any doubt, any queries?
Prabhas,
Yeah,
while using design function, I got total in net revenue column only. I didn't
well,
get total in other columns.
that's what you have to do it manually. That's what I told. You have to keep your cursor in the revenue column total cell. There is a drop down appears. Can you see?
Revenue column. Yes,
Revenue
yes.
column total cell drop down appears. You go and navigate the drop down and choose the sum formula.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, yeah. All right, people. So once we have done with this, now the next step, which is very, very essential, like as we discussed, each and every data in Excel needs its own formatting. Like number should be in number format, date should be in date format, percentage data should be in percentage format, time data should be in time format. So here we have the numbers. Kindly select the numbers from the table. So numbers should be in number format. So what do you mean by number format? There must be a decimal, post decimal, maximum 2 characters we should retain, and before decimal, comma separator should be there. So all these three should be there in our number. But all these three applications, how to do it at once? Let's see. As I told you, to convert any format to number format, Control Shift 1. So Control Shift this exclamatory mark, whatever the numerical key is there, that is going to help me in converting the data into number format. We got it. Decimals in place, post decimal 2 characters, before decimal comma separators, thousand or billion or million separators, depends. All right. So we got our data ready. So this is how we have understood how to make our data presentable. Any questions? How to make it informative, how to make it presentable. We got that. So these things you have to keep implementing in your routine activities, people, and definitely your presentations, whatever you are doing, you don't need to struggle much while carrying the same to PowerPoint.
Clear so far, Prabhas.
Great.
As you said, we need to apply and
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Now here one information I would like to share. This is what you have understood, but sometimes this kind of presentations, when you're making it to the next level, people will not be clear. What they will be demanding, I'll tell you. Suppose, say, take an example. My boss happens to see something like this. When I created a formula, he is confused. Where Prabhas has got this kind of formula? What is this at the rate symbols signifies? Why this taken as in brackets? He is not clear. And he will be asking question definitely. Now, leaving all my day-to-day activities, I have to keep explaining to the people. This is what really annoying. Some simple, silly things, if people cannot understand, they don't deserve to see this report. In my opinion, that's what I believe. What do you say? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
But
you mean the
Prabhas, we've come
seniority should also be
across,
aware.
Of
yeah, we've
course.
come across places where people are
Yeah.
not aware of it.
Yeah. So in that case, can I say to my boss, sir, there is a silly thing you don't know all these things? Can I say something like that in return?
Of course
No,
not.
better.
No way. So it will direct impact to our appraisal, isn't it? So we do not want to take that risk. But how to stop people asking unwanted questions like this? The best option, I'll tell you. When you are sending to those kind of laymans who is asking this kind of unwanted questions, do not send the table as it is. I'll tell you. Select this table, Control A. Copy that. Okay. 2, 3 rows down, please paste it. 2, 3 rows down, please paste it. Okay. Now when I paste it over here, why I have pasted it? Because I want to retain my source data in this. This is the data I want to send it across to my boss, what I pasted it. But again, this is containing the same similar kind of formulas, table formatting, which is really annoying for him. So what I can do, what I suggest is same data, whatever you have pasted in the bottom, if you keep your cursor, there is again table design or design something is activated on the screen, right, people? And in this window option, if you see, there is an option called convert to range. Convert to range. This is the option.
Yeah.
So when I go for this convert to range over here, and if you click, this will ask you a warning stating that, do you want to convert the table to a normal range? Yes. Now see the things. No such kind of formatting, no filter buttons, no column header formula, nothing will be there. This is just showing a generic formula. So now looking at this, nobody's asking further questions. Don't worry. So this is
I'm
how you
sorry,
can
can
do
you
the,
show that again, please?
yeah. So the data was like this, keeping the cursor in the table, go to table design in the extreme right, table design, design, whatever it comes. There's an option called convert to range.
Yeah, got it.
Once you go for this, it will ask you a warning, and that warning you have to go for yes.
Yeah. Done.
Right. So this is it for our data presentation sheet, people. All the stories are clear. So this is it for our day one also. Any doubt, any queries for day one, any formula, functions, what we discussed. So let's have a quick recap what we did. We started with our business maths. We learned some products, small, large, with combination of row, how to make it dynamic. Then we have discussed about the M-round formula to handle multiple situations. Then we discussed about a logical formula of if and how to replace the same with max formula. Then we discussed about our numbers challenge, network days international, and then e-date, text, year, EO month, some timestamp calculations. Then we have gone for our data, how to effectively present it and how to make it informative with different statistical calculations. And finally, how to present it by using the format as table option. And we have explored the various features of our format as table option, how this is helping us and why I need to take this. All these things we discussed. Any doubt?
Yeah, Prabha. So one last question, small question.
Yes,
In this,
please.
if I want to get back the numbers back, I don't want commas and decimals.
Right. You can convert any format to general format. Like select your numbers, go for the keyboard shortcuts. Above to the tab key, can you see one infinitive symbol is there in your keyboard? One key is there.
Yes.
You have to combine with
Yeah.
Control Shift. So Control Shift and infinitive. This key is called tilde key, TILDE. So if you go and type Control Shift and tilde, it will convert any format to general format.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Thank you. Thank you,
Else,
Prabha.
yeah, no problem. Welcome. Else you can go to home and here also in the custom format you can change to general here.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Any other queries, people?
Prabhas, I have one query.
Mm-hmm.
In that business math sheet, na, so
Mm-hmm.
you have shown us regarding that the max value, right? Can
Okay.
you please show us one example for average and mean? Mean I can understand, but what about the average?
Yeah, average you can go for direct average. Suppose I want to find out the average values of all these things. I can go for a direct formula is equal to average over here and taking the range completely.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Yes, people. Any other queries?
Prabhas, last query, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, please.
This regarding the error icon in a cell left corner, one blue tick generally come when there is some error which we do not know. Why that comes? Any idea how to come out from that?
Yes, it is
Then
there.
you
Uh,
while
yeah,
using, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Please,
It is,
please.
yeah, it is there. Our part of curriculum. It is coming up in the next class. We are going to discuss all these things. If you see the data clean,
Okay, okay, then that's fine.
yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
don't
fine.
worry.
Then we'll discuss there on that day. No issues.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So yes, people, before coming to the closer of the session, I would like to take on interim feedback. Anything is missing so that we can incorporate in our further batches or further sessions also. So first of all, I would like to inform you we are slightly lagging behind from the scheduled topic. What we are supposed to complete in day one, we are lacking with that. So I do not want to blame it to anyone. I do not want to point it over here. This is just for the information. We have to work like a team, and for that reason you need to bit practice more on day one topics. Day two, day three, day four, we can make it up whatever things lacking with. At the end of day four, we'll be successfully completing whatever the guaranteed content we have planned. So this is the reason why I request everyone, please practice well all these keyboard shortcuts, formatting features, whatever we discuss, because we are going to use it frequently in the further upcoming sessions. Now the second thing, can we maintain the same speed for the rest of the session, or shall we increase the speed?
The
No,
speed
speed is
seems
fine.
good for me, Prabhas.
Okay, I'm taking your individual opinion. You can drop me in the chat box also. This is for our betterment, nothing else. We are not going to document anything.
Speed is okay, sir.
Okay,
Speed's okay.
It's fine.
okay, fine. Second thing, do you feel do you feel that the content is relevant, able to, because I know it is too early to take his call, but still I would like to take a feedback. The content, whatever we are discussing, the keyboard shortcuts, formula, functions, are you getting some confidence that to make it the things better? And this is what where we are
Yes,
spending a lot of time. We could save some time at least.
yes,
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely,
Prabhas,
Prabhat.
absolutely we can do that because
Okay.
I am a regular user of Excel and I do extensively lot of formulas in my workplace and do lot of reporting. But there
Mhm.
are few things which I have observed today which I never used in my regular, usage.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think that will save a lot of time for me in implementing those things in my daily routine.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much for the feedback. Now,
and
second,
and
yeah,
particularly those shortcut keys like what you told us, control shift and the number keys with
yeah,
that, I think it's save hell lot of time while doing an
I
data
agree.
analysis.
Yeah, absolutely.
great, great. Fine then. So I am also happy, people, that you are at least from day one itself, you have got some takeaways, and the day two when you come up with, I just want to have you to have some more confidence. Okay, Prabhas, you gave this much of time, and really we have made some improvements. I want to see that. That's it. So anyway, so now the third question of mine is: all the queries are clarified. Anything is pending, people?
Prabhas, one more
No,
thing, yeah.
Prabha. So everything answered.
You have addressed
Yeah,
everything, whatever queries were there.
Okay, okay,
Might be
fine.
when we
yeah,
practice, we'll get back to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I
yeah,
told
yeah,
you.
yeah.
That is why
Yeah.
we
Yes,
created
yes.
that WhatsApp
But
group.
you have clarified all the queries. You have addressed it. In fact, that's what was noticed.
Thank you so much. So I
Yes,
would like
yes.
to request you one thing. The group is there already. Okay, please use that technology, and whatever the things you practiced, and if you come across any kind of query, please drop that query as a screenshot or any kind of instructions in the group. Voluntarily, anybody also willing to answer, you are welcome. If it is remain unanswered, then I'll be coming to the picture. Definitely, I'll be helping you out. Don't worry. But make use of that. So let's work like a team, if you do not mind. Right. So kindly save all your workbooks, people. So day two will be continuing from the same file only. So we'll be covering a lot of things in day two. and data cleansing techniques extensively we'll be using for day two for how to clean up our data, because most of the time that is what more challenging one. When you download the data from SAP or ERP system, we do not have any idea or clue how to read our data, how to make it ready for next level, and how to do the necessary arrangements of that. So we are going to deal with all sorts of things. Okay, fine then. So if there is no query, shall we call it as a day? All right. So people stay safe, take care, see you on the next session. And you'll be getting the recordings. Don't worry. I'll make sure by maximum tonight it will be reaching to all your respective inboxes. And I'll be dropping a message also in the WhatsApp group once I share the recordings. All right. So keep practicing, be ready
Thank you.
for our day two as well. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Stay
Thanks a
safe.
Thank
lot.
you,
Bye.
boss.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
See you.
Thanks.
Thank you.